Mike is the assest, yo.
Oh my god.
Yo.
What up, Mike?
Yo, Mike is the assest, yo. Oh man. That was hilarious.
Right.
All right. Graydon also hit me up. He said he's about to, I guess he's going to the gym. He said if you need me on the stream to push, let him know or whatever.
Right.
Let's see. This shit is crazy.
What up, McKenna? What up, Biddy?
McKenna, Biddy. This shit is crazy.
What up, Gray?
Peace to the geese. Grave Extropia, a.k.a. the Grand Naked.
Yo, Mike. Yo, Mike is so ridiculous.
I have to make up for not having
But I'm trying to
and extra metaphorical.
Yo.
Sean P. Terrible, yo. That is terrible. 100% terrible. Oh, I knew it was something I was supposed to be pulling up too. Damn, he needs water.
Shut up.
Just saying. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Awesome. God damn you. Move you over here. There we go. I definitely need some more RAM.
Think you can get it.
Yeah. Definitely some more RAM. Maybe another external hard drive. Because I'm running out of space. And what I'm getting tired of doing is the looking around going, what up, both Lex? Looking around going, maybe I should delete this. I probably don't need this. I should delete this. I probably don't need that. When in truth, it's getting to, I've done a lot of that already. So I'm getting down to the point where, no, I kind of need this shit right here. Or I might need it. But also, it could just be I'm hoarding on data the same way I do with other shit. But what if I need this file? This is a video asset that I would need. Like it could be clips of like old shit of us at the National Harbor, right? And I'm like, I might need this, so I don't be deleting.
You don't need it currently, nigga. Zip it.
Yeah, I ain't even think to do that.
Yeah,
zip that shit. Zip all that.
You don't need all that shit currently. I'm in the process of zipping a bunch of old shit.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Mike said it always needs more RAM. What are you rocking right now, Tim? I have way too much video footage that I don't want to get rid of.
Right.
You know, that's what it is. That whole 3-year era of time where all we were doing was running out, shooting videos, doing this, all that stuff. Yo, I still have I got nonsense shit. Like the time me, you, Keith, and your homegirl was at the national park. I got that whole day. I got that whole day. That's what it looked like. I got that whole goddamn day. Fort Howard, the times at Fort Howard. I got them whole days, B. Not to mention footage that Shafiro gave me of that day. You know what I'm saying? You might want this. Bam. Right. And of course I didn't turn it down. Like,
I mean,
yeah.
You're a digital hoarder.
Yo, it's a fact. That's just a fact. It's a fact, bro. It's a fact. I have files that, well, the good part about that is when it comes to the business files,
I mean,
keep everything. Like anything that has anything to do with any of the businesses that we have, be it from Majestic on down. If there was any kind of paperwork, a paper trail, I got it somewhere on this hard drive.
Yeah.
Somewhere on the hard drive. And what else? Oh, say Joseph does a sketch concept of a design for a character that's not fully fleshed out yet, and he shows us as a way to say, see me like in this direction or something like this. I will screenshot and take that, put that in a folder somewhere, and because remember when we did the extended version of issue 0 last time?
Mhm.
Yeah, the reason why we got a lot of that sketch stuff is because I kept all that shit, all of it. So that works out for me good right there. But it's just for other shit, not so much.
I mean,
yo, I have the old templates for old album covers that was out. That I put them shits out in 2013. I still have that shit. It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's not really surprising. You have a tendency to not get rid of shit.
Yo, what the fuck?
You're welcome.
What the fuck?
You're welcome. Don't worry about it. So with that, with that, you can get those the fastest version of the SSDs and just put it in that enclosure. And internal drives cost less than external drives.
They do.
Just buy one of the
buy this and then
internal, put it in here. There you go. My gift to you,
nigga.
There we go. Mike,
that's crazy.
4 terabytes. Now you can get a 2 terabyte one for like 100 and
what's good, Travis?
Or something like that.
Yeah. Yo, that's fact, Gray. We do need new Legion gear for real.
Yeah, there's new gear coming.
Oh yeah, it's a bunch of new gear. Bunch of new gear. Interesting.
Yeah.
About 350. That's about as much for I think I paid 100, a little over 100 for a 1 terabyte drive. Shit, something like that.
Yeah, but that ain't gonna be as fast as yeah.
Not at all. I definitely need them shits though. Like I'm running out of space for real. It's embarrassing. So it is. It really is. Then I have games, but I ain't trying. Like the games that I have up there, they're not going. What? No.
Boom. There you go. Crucial has 2 terabyte NVMe drives for just over $100.
Mama Macaulay
So you grab one of those, you throw it in the enclosure.
I'm good to go. I'm good to go, ja.
Who the fuck is Bob? Why is that a saying?
I don't know. Why is that a saying?
Bob's your uncle. Like what? Let me look this up. Because now I'm curious.
That could be it too, Sean. Too many old Steam games installed, maybe looking at. Yo, that could definitely be it. That could definitely be it.
Oh, shit. Was a phrase commonly used in the United Kingdom and Commonwealth countries. It means, and there it is. But why? And there you have it, or it's done. Typically, someone says it to conclude a set of simple instructions or when a result is reached. The meaning is similar to that of the. I don't speak French. You don't either, but you read it.
Yeah, I used to. You know how long ago that was? It was like junior high and shit.
Origin. The origins are uncertain. What the fuck? But a common theory is that the expression arose after conservative Prime Minister Robert, so Bob, something of Salisbury, appointed his nephew Arthur Balfour as Chief Secretary for Ireland in 1887. An act of nepotism, which was apparently both surprising and unpopular at the time. Whatever other qualifications Balfour might have had, Bob's your uncle was seen as the conclusive one.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
All
right.
Get it now.
I can. The main weakness in this theory is that the first documented usage of Bob's Your Uncle is in the title of a new song in an advertisement for Herman something music publishing company published in the Stage on 11 January 1923. Salisbury's notorious nepotism towards Balfour in the late 1880s had been so widely spoken to inspire a popular phrase, it is perhaps unlikely it would have taken nearly 40. Not necessarily. To appear in print? No, not necessarily.
There's an updated version of that though. Smacks your uncle. No, Beasley's your uncle. Shut
up. But no, that's not really that unlikely for 40 years.
I think
from slang to print.
They was looking for some way to have a dispute to make it look like their research was complete. That so they threw that in because that still does not.
From slang to print, that could take some time.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
And I'm guessing this. I'm guessing on good faith that there weren't too many black people doing these things. So it wasn't quite the same type of quite the same brand of cultural appropriation.
Facts
that we have over here in these current times.
Facts.
Over here in these current times, it would be quick. 40 years might be accurate for back then and over there.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
I'm with it. It's headcanon now. Fuck
that's what the explanation is now.
Yeah.
So Gray post 9,301 pledged of $2,000 goal, 168 backers, and 15 days to go. And then of course in his Diddy voice from that video where Diddy gets that placement on MTV. Did you know? Do you know what we're going to do with 15 fucking days? Like that's that Diddy voice. That video. No, have you seen that video where Diddy's on the phone? He's in his office. He's on the phone, and he's a very calm voice talking to whoever the rep is at MTV about getting something placed, and then he ends up with and if you have to just move somebody else off there. Okay, cool. And hung up. He got up, slung all the shit off his desk, and was like, I am a savage. I cannot lose. I will not stay there. I'm like, yo.
That's unhinged behavior.
Yo, he was so caught. Yo, he was so caught up. I still don't know exactly what it was he managed to make happen right there.
Here's the thing.
Whatever
I don't think it matters. No, fuck that. It doesn't matter. Listen. And obviously, I'm speaking from the perspective of someone who isn't damn near a billionaire.
Who isn't making $15 million deals from a simple call phone.
But if the creator in me, not even the not being rich person, the creator.
That's also the problem.
The creator in me.
You're a creator.
I mean, the creative in me makes me feel like if I have fucking things that I use to create and they work for me, I'm not about to.
Oh yeah, that's what that is. Yeah. That's what that is. That's exactly what that is.
I'm not.
All this shit here on this desk
works for me.
That's not. I don't know.
I can afford to replace, but this works for me. If I get a new one, it might not be the same one.
And I still
it
might
be some type of inconsistencies. Right? Like, I'm not.
I might not even have all my Nah. But it was just hilarious how pumped he was. Look, it was a dude. It was a dude sitting in the office with him, like the fuck. Like what the fuck?
Like, yo, you good?
You good? How about your mom and them? They good? What's going on? Yeah, thanks, Mike. It's crazy because this is, I was telling SBJ, this is important for a lot of reasons. Even beyond the monetary reasons, just the event itself can be used as a data point for leverage in discussions in rooms that we couldn't get into before. So with these people, the people that we're talking about, they don't give a fuck about the story or none of that shit. They give a fuck about, is there an audience? Is there a demand for this? how can you prove that there's a demand for this shit? You know what I'm saying? So I think we go a long way when we say we put the first time we put in there, it was like 1,500 as the goal, and that got up to 6,200 and something. And then the second time we did it, we put the goal at 2,000, and it got up to 15 billion.
Yo. Gray is a savage. Gray savage. What do you do? You set up a second desk just for the being destroyed.
Yeah. You know,
okay. Now listen, hear me out. If I'm making that kind of money,
you can get to
this idea.
You have a big enough room. Right. Yeah. And look,
this idea might work.
This is what I do know. With all of those monitors and shit that he got over there, I know he's not doing that with it. I know that's not happening. That's not happening. Not at all. Not at all.
Oh God.
Yeah. Shout out to Greg Extropia. He's been on a literal rampage, and also the rhythm that the company finds itself in currently is in a really good space. I mean, as far as like productivity is concerned, we added more people to the roster that to do the essential back behind the scenes stuff that previously we had to do. We had to take care of that shit, and now, and to be honest, a lot of shit we wasn't even qualified to be taken care of. To be honest, you know, we ain't know how to do some of that shit. We was just going off of you know. But now we do have people in place to handle a lot of those things, so that we can concentrate on the things we need to concentrate on. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. It's dope. Hey, Mike, we get it, bro. It's like it's hard for a lot of people right there. Like, don't stress yourself out about it. This ain't the last Kickstarter we're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I think Gray made a point of that on his last live stream. It was like sharing it helps too. Like, you know, getting the word out, that helps too. You know. What up, Chrissy?
Even got my mom in them sharing now.
Right. Yo, what's crazy? I think Joseph's mom shared it. Joseph's mom shared it, yo. So it's crazy. Exactly, Gray. Exactly. Day one. And it is one of those endeavors that you do have to believe in, because very few people are going to believe in it with you. You know what I'm saying? Very few people are going to believe in it with you. And that's also part of being a weirdo. Like even with music.
Negative.
With me, like, yo, so many doors close in your face, and I'm talking metaphorical doors. I'm talking literally family and friends saying, man, don't waste your time with that shit. Man, why are you doing that? Man, you're going to whip it that. Why are you doing all that? Even for stuff just being like a YouTuber or somebody that just creates videos for YouTube, you'd be surprised how many no's and nays and you shouldn't, and people speaking fear into your plans, and how you gonna have time for that, and all those shit. And I'd like to think that that my life has been an exercise in shutting that bullshit down. You know what I'm saying? It don't ever work. You want to be a rapper? You're from Baltimore. Nobody's checking for Baltimore rappers. You'll never be global. All this shit. You're still rapping. That's a young man's game. All that shit. And while they doing all that, you just keep checking boxes. And no, not like the way Roy did. Fine, now we talk about checking boxes. More like the way Mickey you talk about. Just keep checking boxes. You know what I'm saying? And eventually what winds up happening is a lot of the people, the naysayers, they get on this bullshit like they always had belief in what you was doing. It's like, yeah, I always did. And they talk to people about you. They talk from a perspective of, oh yeah, we always.
Yeah.
Stop
Slow
it.
your roll.
Stop it.
Stiff arm.
Right. Grace says, I tell anyone who can't contribute now, please share it. Just like the BCGzs are talking about right now. In a year, we will be having 50,000 per issue release. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a thing. It is. Mm-hmm. You know what's so crazy about that too, bro? When you look on Kickstarter, now they say 65% of all first-time Kickstarter campaigns fail. Flat. Fail.
That makes sense.
But you know what else you see on there? And this is also a testament to the way of commerce these days. The way commerce is a lot more diversified now. I be seeing a lot of them that be going crazy, bro.
Oh,
crazy.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing. You got to realize how accessible this thing is. So
yeah.
Kickstarter itself is extremely accessible. I could literally throw up a Kickstarter for I need a new knife.
True.
And say that my goal is $5,000. Now, because there's no specific reason for me to get a new knife, and it's a fucking knife, that's probably gonna fail, right? So you gotta realize there are so many people that don't know what they're doing, have idea, don't have a good product.
That's true too.
Have too lofty of a first goal.
Right.
Like it's just like anything. There's only a small percentage of success stories, but those success stories could be
massive and just crazy. Graydon says, I don't want people to believe in us. It makes it harder to grind when niggas believe in you. I need an adversary. We got an adversary, LexCorp, aka Facebook. I'm saying that shit is LexCorp, bro. we gonna do it in spite of the motherfuckers, in spite of all their chicanery and fuckery. Despite all of that shit, we're still gonna do that shit. But I would be remiss if I did not mention that. Can you imagine how far along we probably would have been had they not?
No, don't even do that. Don't even do that because.
Yeah. Tis true.
Yeah.
So look, we're only 5 minutes after the hour. So I sound like a damn radio DJ. Only 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes after the hour on the Quiet Storm.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna do the intro because it's 5 minutes. Me, I don't got time.
Nigga.
Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ. And I am Tombstone's the Dead Man, and we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. I want to give a quick shout out to the geese that's missing right now, and that's my man Adequate. He's handling his business. He's doing big things, and we like to see my man when he gets back. All right. To be honest with you guys, I was going to do a whole thing about how I'm not going to talk about the elephant in the room I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room. Nigga, this Kickstarter is going crazy, much crazier than I anticipated.
I don't know why.
Well, I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. The reason why is because there are still a lot of things that before we went into this was stacked against it. So I have the type of personality where I'd rather be pleasantly surprised than sorely disappointed.
No. Hold on. Absolutely. That's not what I mean. I absolutely agree with the whole idea of setting your sights slightly lower so that you would get a better reward at the end, regardless of what the outcome is.
Right.
What I'm saying is,
what up, Jason?
There's no. I had every indication, just from looking around, that it was going to work out similar, not specifically this way, but similar, mainly because I'm aware of the work.
Yeah.
I'm aware of the work. I'm aware of the effort. I'm aware of the extra things that weren't in place before.
That are in
I'm
place
aware.
now.
Yeah, like it only tracked to me that the direction was going to be up.
Yeah, and it's a wild thing. It's certain things that I am not at liberty to talk about right now.
Right.
With some shit that's supposed to go down later on, but if and when that is added to the equation, there is a whole nother different set of circumstances at play at that point. And you guys really, I know we say this a lot, but you guys really ain't seen nothing yet. If all of that stuff comes through the way it's supposed to, you guys ain't seen nothing yet. This is going to get super stupid and in a great way. And the amount of content that we'll be able to produce on a fairly regular basis is insane. There's still other IPs out there from SBJ, Sci-Fi, Christopher. I have other IPs that I've created. Graydon has other IPs he's created now. It's going to be a lot of content. Majestic is definitely going to the new age of comic books. The new age. We doing some things very differently. We have especially me, a huge reverence of respect for the people that came before us. But some of the business people that was involved with that were predatory as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
And they disrespected the artists who literally gave us all of these characters that we now look at and take for granted like they've always been here and always had that amount of impact on fiction and entertainment, like the Spider-Mans, the Supermans. You know what I'm saying? Like these people gave us these insane character types and archetypes, and we look at these characters now for inspiration as examples. All of this stuff, we use them in our colloquialisms. All of these things from these writers and these artists, and they got paid a mere pittance for creating some shit that generated billions of dollars in revenue.
Yep.
And that shit is whack. And I'm quite sure that a lot of the people that were the owners, that were running the business side of it, weren't creatives. So they don't understand what it's like. But me and Gray come from out that creative class. We're creatives. So we understand what that's like. So we can be doing things differently. We don't have to mimic what them motherfuckers did wrong back then. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to mimic that at all. And I feel like some of the things that we're going to implement is going to make it very appealing for other writers and other artists to want to be involved, because they're going to get something here that they won't get other places.
Right.
You know, a fair shot with their creativity, a chance to actually not have to die 40 years later and have their estate have to argue with some massive company with more lawyers than there's sand on a beach.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm saying? Going into court, filing this thing to slow this down and making this appeal to slow this down, so you won't. So even if you go into court, y'all, this part of the family, this version of the family, won't see any of the money. It'll be the grandkids that'll wind up seeing some money. You know,
right? Right.
Oh, yeah, great. Exactly. For the record, Marvel was founded in 1939. DC in 1934. That's a long ass time ago. There's so many different changes in how things are monetized and everything. Like, even they don't monetize their shit the same way anymore. They have other avenues to bring that revenue in that did not exist back then. And they make more money off of that. Like Marvel specifically makes way more money off of these movies and streaming and merchandise and all that than they do off comic books.
Right.
It's the evolution of the business. You know what I'm saying? But some of the same things still hold true about how the writers and stuff are still treated. You know, that some of that same shit still Work for hire, nigga. I know you created this awesome concept in our multiverse that we're gonna use to death now, right? Oh, you created vibranium? That's what's up. that's what's up. The dark home? Oh, we got you. We got you. Decades and decades later, it's all in the movie. They sold the book, the Dark Home supplemental book, the same way they did a book of Ashanti. I think they sell the Dark Home book now. Yeah, you created that 45 years ago, 50 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Got nothing, you know. What up, Jigs? But yeah, man. That this week has been full of that. And when I don't think y'all understand. So my wife calls and she says, you're gonna have to do something about the two of the entries on the Kickstarter. I said, why? She said, because one of them you're out of, and the other one you're about to be out of soon. I said, what? So I went and checked it out. I was like, oh shit, yeah. So I went and I added more to it. She told me all she did was turn around and pick some papers up and do something else. She looked again, the number had already gone up again. And that was literally the story of this week. That was literally the story of this week. Every time you turn around, it's higher and higher. Every time you turn around, it's higher and higher. And the other part of the story this week that I have to keep repeating is Graydon has been on a rampage this entire week. He has been on a rampage, bro. Listen. Y'all just don't know. Y'all just don't know. And that's everybody in the company has different roles than they're supposed to do to contribute. And we kind of got it down now. There's still a few more things we need to twist and put in place and all that other stuff, but we kind of got it down now with what everybody's role is, and that way things move smoother.
Right.
Grady just closed another one, 169. And as you can see, we are now at 9,307. So there is every indication. I think that before this weekend is out, Graydon swears before noon his time. But that we're gonna hit the 10K mark. I think it's definitely possible for that shit to happen. Because just going off of what we've seen this week, completely crazy, insane. And I often wonder, see, it was a time when I would think we do a certain amount, and I'm like, when I looked at the projections, I would go, that's kind of how we gonna do that. Now that shit don't look so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Now the projections don't look so crazy anymore. You know, they really don't. They really don't. And as we set up to get ourselves together and do all the things we need to do to not only do fulfillment, but then of course plan for the Dragon Con event. It's good to go into that event with that level of confidence that we got people riding with us like that. That shit is dope. It's so fucking dope. Biddy says 10 grand at the end of the night. Green says, this is a collective effort. I couldn't sell this to anyone without this community and the level of art and story we have. Shout out to the BCGz for being so consistent and pushing the brand. 100%. That's what
of course.
Yeah. That's what we're going to do over here because a rising tide lifts all boats.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So we are definitely Team Majestic over this motherfucker. And I told Graydon, I was like, I read something in a recent Thor comic, and I wasn't really feeling the direction they went with that. And that happens often. And then I said to myself, I didn't feel the irritation as much that time. And I know why. I got my own characters to worry about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got characters that I've created that are among my favorite characters now. Got them to worry about. So if y'all gonna keep shit in the bed with Thor or any of the other characters that I read about and like to see them represented well, that's your characters. You can do what the fuck you want to do with them. You know what I'm saying? You can do what the fuck you want to do with them. But just know, all of the bullshit and shenanigans you do, you either keep that value high or you undervalue them in the minds of the fans, people that read it, and even when it comes to comparisons to other comic book characters that are supposed to be in their lane, you undervalue your shit.
Yeah,
you undervalue your shit when you do stupid shit. When your writers do stupid shit with the character and completely undervalue or give them a dumbass limit that they really didn't need to have. They got enough limits. They didn't really need to have that. It's dumb. Or they do something that's so uncharacteristic of them that it doesn't even feel like the character. And this, by the way, these things compile. They compile. So if the editor in chief doesn't check that shit before that shit comes out,
it's a problem.
It's a problem. It's a problem. It's definitely a problem. I don't know what their editors over there doing. Look, I've only been an editor in chief for like a year and a half, right? Right? I don't know what the fuck some of the motherfuckers over there doing with some of those characters in the editorial process. It's like people are completely forgetting the consistency of a continuum of the lore that you already established. You're completely forgetting certain segments. I don't know what the fuck, but if I was the editor in chief, some of that shit wouldn't fly. Like some of the shit they did with Wonder Woman not that long ago. If I was editor in chief, that wouldn't have fly.
A lot of creatives and creative companies nowadays, aside from
facts,
editor in chief, they have a continuity specialist.
Facts. Because you need to, when your company has been around for almost 100 years, right? That's a lot of lore. And some of these companies have had a problem with their continuity for years because during the golden age, with certain characters, they made it so that whatever power that character needed for the story, they gave it to them. So as a result, these examples pile up. Different writers adding different shit, and all of a sudden it becomes a fucking mess. Not only that, once they decided that, oh no, all this is happening all on the same earth, but then things are happening that shouldn't really be taking place around that same time because this one's supposed to be doing this will be doing that. You fuck up your continuity, and then you have to do things to try to fix it. Now, if you take DC for instance, to DC's credit, even with their broken continuity, they've managed to create great stories within that broken continuity. Great stories, right? But the reason they even started the crisis thing in the first place was to fix how broken that shit actually was.
Facts.
It was so broken. Wait a minute, I thought you said Superboy, when Superman was a boy, he was doing this, blah, 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 Smallville. But now you got, so when did these things say, well, you said Batman, and it was a serious issue. And they did the crisis thing, which is a phenomenal, legendary, it came out in 85, legendary story to try to fix it. And for a while, the patch worked. The dam didn't burst, but then some of the same shenanigans start happening all over again with these different writers and editors in chief looking the other way. And that's cool. We'll run with it. let's run it up a pole, see if it waves. All that stupid shit, right? And they had to wind up doing another crisis, then another crisis. Then soon it became the crisis series. All up to New 52 and beyond, trying to fix the continuity.
Then no more crises.
Right.
Then crisis.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, because the problem is hard reboots. That's the problem. Hard reboots will fuck up your continuity. Oh, I'm absolutely going to play it, Greg. Absolutely. Hard reboots will fuck up your continuity. If you're going to do some changes, make them soft changes. Because You can't account for every moment of a character's life. So there's space in there to slide certain shit without it fucking up the timeline or the continuity. Unless you have 50 writers all writing one character, right? Then that becomes a problem. That 100% becomes a problem. But all I can say is we appreciate all the support that we got and that we're going to get. And we still got a couple of weeks left to go. This stuff goes a long way in helping the other aspirations the company has. And if we can keep repeating this when we need to and keep growing the audience and keep giving you guys the things that make you want to come back and read and find out, talk about this character, talk about that character, and go, yo, so I wonder if they're going to do this or this, that, and other, and just make it a point of discussion. That's going to go a long way into making Majestic a powerhouse on the indie scene, and who knows, eventually, something even more.
Right.
But yeah, that's my week. Oh, but before I go, I do want to play the trailer. Let me find that. Actually, I think I do that. I can do this.
Or can you?
Oh.
You spent so much time wondering whether you could.
This guy is ass. This guy is some kind of ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hurry up.
How dare you?
Yo, you old. Yeah, you broke it. You broke it. Yo. You broke it. We can't hear it.
Can't hear it. I'm trying to figure out why you can't hear it.
Because you broke. I just told you.
That's not what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
That's not.
You heard it, right?
That's not what happened.
You heard it, right?
What did I hear?
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you're going on about. I don't know what you're going on about.
There we go.
In our last issue, Vespasian, the Aeonian Minister Supreme, presented evidence to the council suggesting that Grey of Extropia may have breached a treaty regarding band unification technology. Consequently, Lord Malik dispatched a fleet to investigate, but the Extropians saw this as an act of aggression and retaliated by attacking the Entropic fleet. To avoid a full-scale war, Malik decides to confront Grey directly at his moon lab. However, the situation takes a dangerous turn when their confrontation damages the unification device, opening a rift that transports them to another reality. In the upcoming issue 1, Clash of Consequence, things have worsened in their own reality, with Lord Entropy's power-hungry nephew Decaeus seizing the Entropic throne and declaring war on the Extropians while aiming to eliminate the rightful heir, Chaos. As Grey and Malik struggle to survive in an alternate reality and Decaeus threatens to destroy everything they hold dear in their own, they must set aside their differences and work together if they hope to persevere.
Can't hear you.
I gotta say,
do you?
I did a really good job.
Okay, all right.
I did a really, really great job. And while that was going on, we have now reached 170.
No, you late.
That
been happened.
Yeah.
No, you late. That been happened.
No.
I saw it happen.
That happened at 11:26.
No, it did not.
It's 11:27.
It did not. That is not what happened.
That is exactly what happened.
That's when Grey reported it.
Silence.
I'm on the page. Now, that's not what happened. That's when Gray reported it. That's when all of the algorithms and the delay and network signal and all that shit came through. No, it happened before that.
Thanks, Jigs. I appreciate you, bro. I've been working on doing that type of shit for a minute. I think that's the other thing too. I'm gonna close my segment out with too, is how important it is to learn how to do other things. Right? If you want to know the one lesson that Multi-World Entertainment has learned over the years, is learn how to do other things. If you are creative, there are layers to your creativity. So with music is audio. At a certain point in time, music videos became a thing. So that's a different layer of the creativity of that song, just a whole different layer. So if you know how to rapidy rap, you know how to record yourself, and you know videography and all of those stuff like that, you literally can add just layers and layers of creativity to what you already have.
You can.
100%.
Huh. I mean, I gotta get it on that.
Yes, you do. Raiden says the target for today is 190. If we can get it to 200, I might be freestyling on stream tonight. So you heard that, right? All right. But yeah, that was my week, and my week continues. Go ahead.
No, your week is over, my guy. So that's actually the last point that you brought up was a perfect segue. Because this week I jumped deeper into my graphic design bag.
Yes, you did.
Entirely new program. And I feel like I got a good deal of the basics down on that first day.
I think
came up with a decent first design for the logo for the new company. I got a lot of content done this week. I remastered 2 out of the 3 songs that are going on this upcoming EP. The only reason I didn't do the third one is because I no longer have the files. But fortunately, I did that much later than the other 2, so it's still decent. I made the album cover for the EP. I started working on promo material for the EP. I made that first logo design for the new company. Then I scrapped that and made the second better logo design for the new company.
Yes, much better.
I completed like 4 of the t-shirt designs. I started redoing my personal logo, but that's still in the lab.
Right.
I did a new logo and banner for BCGz. Hopefully y'all should be able to see that.
Well, yeah, they can because Mike's seen it.
Yeah, Mike's seen it. Yeah, Mike's seen it. I made more promo content for Power. That's still out. Go stream it. As a matter of fact, if you all listening right now can go to your music app of choice and make a playlist. Doesn't matter what you call it. Put Insurrection Day by Multi-World Entertainment in there. Put Power by SPJ in there. Put Memories by SPJ in there. And whenever we release new music, just throw it in that playlist.
Throw it in that playlist.
Do that. That would help us out so much.
Absolutely would. Speaking of which, did you want to mention the fact that the amount of streams?
Hold on, let me get the live. It is currently in the past, say 30 days, but it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
In the past 2 weeks, we've gotten like almost 13,000. Well, no, I'm sorry. I said that wrong.
yeah.
Like 26,000, 27. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous for a profile that's been up there with music that's been up there for a year and a half. Right. Getting hardly any real attention. Now all of a sudden they're like bam, 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 bam,
2 weeks.
Crazy.
Just boom.
Crazy.
So yeah, I just gotta say that dopamine rush when you're doing something creative and actually making progress, nigga.
Yeah.
That is about it. Unmatched.
Something about it, bro.
So last week we brought up the concept of specialized intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about it often, how someone proficient in one field can be totally oblivious in another field while also being oblivious to that fact.
Facts. Facts.
There's another type that I've always had a theory about. Education versus common sense. So I went to Baltimore City College High School. It's one of like the top 50 schools in the country. At least it was when I went there. Magnet school, college prep school, international baccalaureate school. A good deal of my fellow students, dingbats. Like, I'm talking from not having the good sense to look both ways before they cross the street. But intelligence, the vast majority of them, yeah, they got that.
Right.
So I say that to say, this girl comes into one of the offices. She is I think, I can't remember if it was master's or doctorate, but one of those students. She's in the program. It's almost time for her to graduate. I can't remember what she said her GPA was, but she comes to the office looking for an apartment. She says she's looking for a 1-bedroom. She asks how much they're going for. The agent tells her, let's say it's $1,000 just for math's sake. She says, okay, how do you qualify? The agent tells her she needs to make 60% of the rent weekly before taxes are taken out. She says, so what if somebody makes $2,000 per month? The agent tells her that wouldn't be enough for that unit. She says, really? $2,000 after taxes wouldn't be enough? The agent says, ma'am, we use your gross income to qualify you. She finally gets that. Okay. She says, I really like this area, and the rent is much cheaper than what I pay now. I pay like $1,500 a month. She says, can I have a roommate in a 1-bedroom? The agent says, yes, you can. Then the lady asks, what's the maximum amount of people that can be in a 1-bedroom? Now, I know that might not sound crazy if you're just listening, but why not just ask the second question?
Yeah. Why?
Because if you ask the second question, you have the answer to the first question.
Yeah.
So there were a couple other things, but I don't remember them. But like, it was a crazy situation. And either she is terrible at processing information, or she was a shopper. Now, for those who don't know what a shopper is, basically it's someone who comes into a business under the guise of being a customer, but they're really doing effectively a review.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Anytime I see somebody come in to one of the offices and they're being overly difficult to work with, or they're being overly obtuse, I just automatically assume it's a shopper because, bruh, like, and then because it's always they come in, they're being difficult or they're being obtuse, like to the max, and then they always leave without doing that.
Hey, without doing the thing that they facts.
So it's like, bruh, come on, you could have been
a window shopper,
bruh. You could have been a little less obvious. Also,
they coming, Chrissy. They're on the way. In fact, I'm sending a whole battalion of them.
Also went to Nacho Mama's for the first time. Apparently, it's a Baltimore staple. I've heard about it before, but I never made it there. I didn't know it was a Baltimore thing. But yeah, it was pretty good.
But
I would go back.
It's weird. It's weird that that's a Baltimore thing that I didn't know about. I would say that, but I haven't lived in Baltimore in 14 years.
No,
you live there.
No, this ain't a new thing.
You live there.
Nacho Mama's been around forever, my nigga.
But it's a Baltimore thing? It is?
Yeah. It's a Baltimore thing. Like inside, they got all this O's stuff and stuff. They got stuff about
what part of town is it in?
Coats. One of them is in Towson and one of them is in Canton.
Okay, that explains it.
So
that explains
no, it don't though. It don't explain you never hearing about it.
Listen,
and it explains you not going.
Not only never hearing about it, but not hearing anybody else talk about it. From the people I was around was living in my area, So not even hearing them talk about that shit. Like, there's other restaurants they talked about all the time.
When you was 15, they ain't throw it in the group chat.
Yo, you're so stupid. Well, we actually, smart ass. We did have a group chat back then. We stood in the group and we chatted.
Anyway, so like I said, it was pretty good. I would go back. I'm not pressed though, but only because of the parking situation. Like, it's nowhere near as bad as the Raising Cane's thing. Actually, like I said, Towson does have a location, but this one was in Canton. I'm just spoiled to the point where I expect a restaurant to have a parking lot. Like, I don't think that's a lot. But anyway,
let me ask you, is this basically you doing one of these with the?
No, nigga. The vast majority of restaurants have parking.
Is that true though?
Parking, yes. Maybe not parking lots.
Hear me out. I've seen restaurants that are like in these connected blocks, like almost like they fashioned it out of like a, you know how those how the townhomes
type thing.
Yeah, and they don't.
Yeah, but they have parking.
I mean,
they have parking lots. No, nigga, parking. I don't.
Have you ever been to
parking lot?
Have you ever been to the Yaba Pot?
No, I have no idea what that is.
All right, so the Yaba Pot is what part of Baltimore that is? Fuck. It's the really artistic part of Baltimore too. Like,
you talking about like over by Hampden?
Yeah, over that. So there, the shop itself is literally, you know how you got row houses? It's literally right there. So
no, see, here's the thing. And you're falling into the trap that I often fall into. We're trying to find the exceptions.
No. Listen, I'm using that as an example.
It's an exception. I don't think that. Yes, you see several places, but think about how many McDonald's exist, right?
No.
And then you think, shut up. Listen, I'm using that. I'm not saying go eat McDonald's. Okay, I'm saying how many McDonald's exist, right?
Right.
And then think about how often there are stores and restaurants and stuff in those areas, and there are parking lots, and like, I know that restaurants exist that don't have parking. I get that. But I'm pretty sure most restaurants in the United States have parking to some extent. And that's what I expect. Like, when I go, like, if I'm going to it, if it's like a carry out or some shit like that, I'm not expecting. Right. That's different. Right. That's completely different. But if I'm going to a restaurant,
still eat that carry out though.
Yeah, you absolutely can, 1,000%. Right. But if it's like, I would never call a carry out a restaurant. Like, I wouldn't be like, yo, go over to the restaurant down on the corner. No, that's a carry out.
How dare you? The fame, the American small business.
So, but my point is, like, I don't know. I feel like if you got a restaurant, especially if you got more than one location.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true.
If you have made it to the point where you have more than one location, I feel like you should have parking.
Yeah.
But like I said, that kind of, like, it's not as bad as the Raising Cane situation. Like, the good thing about it was, the good thing about it not having parking is that when we left, we went down to the water because we were at Canton. Right. So we didn't have to move our cars, because, you know, a lot of those places, they'd be like, oh, if you're not in this restaurant, you can't park here.
Yeah, facts.
So I'd say if I'm rating the likelihood of me going back, if I'm talking about Raising Cane's, it's probably a 2. If I'm talking about Nacho Mama's, I'd say 4, maybe 5.
Okay.
Because again, it's not the food.
Right.
Not the food. Food was good. Service was decent. It's just the parking. But again, the Canton location, whatever.
Right.
The rest of the stuff is work related. All of this shit is for one day, except for the bit at the end. This is ridiculous. So some people are impossible to help. Somebody called me. They tell me they think a site that they are trying to get to is blocked. I asked them what happens when you try, because
Yo, you're so ass.
What?
Yo,
no.
happens
I am not accepting that for this because people like to think that they know way more than they actually know.
Listen, that does not change the fact they're hitting them with that one-liner.
No, nigga, no, I'm not accepting that. Because people love to think that they know more than they know. Like, they know that we have a firewall. So anytime they have an issue with a website, they assume
it's the firewall.
Like,
yo,
no, nigga,
and I know how you said it. And I know how you said it.
Nigga, I say, yo, what happens when you try? And she says, hold on. Then she does something and she says, it won't let me open it.
It won't let her.
I ask, what does it say?
It
Shut
won't
up.
let her.
I ask, what does it say? She says, hold on. This happens like 4 times. This whole process of, oh, it won't let me get in. Okay, what does it say? Hold on. It won't let me click it. What does it say? Hold on. That happens like 4 times, right?
Why do you think that's happening, SPJ?
Hold up. I have no.
Hold on.
Spoiler.
You just told me to hold on.
Spoiler. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
So then the next time she asked me, she says it to me. I said, okay, let's try something else. What site are you on? She says, alarm registration. I say, no, that's not a site. What website are you on? She says, oh. Now, generally, if you ask somebody a question and they get it wrong and you clarify and they say, oh, that means
they got it.
Understand?
Yeah.
I said, no, what website are you on? She says, oh, Google. I say, no. That wouldn't be the answer either.
My head hurts.
She says, hold on, like 5 more times. And now listen to me. Let me be clear. When I say she says, hold on, like 5 more times, that's without me saying anything. She says, hold on.
That means she's trying something.
Hold on.
Several times.
Something.
And failing.
Hold on. Okay. Then she says, all right, I'll call you back. I say, okay. She calls me back like 5 minutes later. Oh, I figured it out.
So you went about your business and had a great day.
Just wasted my time. This was at like 9:20 in the morning.
Oh, so
they already started off.
You should have went home.
Nigga.
You should have went home. When shit, listen, when it's early in the shift and that sort of shit happens, it lessens the possibility that by the end of the shift, some really great things took place that made you glad to be at work that day. We have this
joke in our department whenever there's an issue and we solve it, we have this joke that we're allowed to go home. All you gotta do is fix one thing. You fix one thing, you can go home. All right. So next thing.
But you didn't get to fix that, so you got to stay.
Next thing. I hate call me back messages. And I'm not likely to call you back. Like, understand that. If you leave me a message that says call me back, I'm likely never going to call you.
Can I just say about that too, for people to understand what SPJ, if you don't understand why SPJ is saying that, is because it is the most annoying. You just in the time that it took for you to pick your phone up and to say, call me, you could have texted me what the issue was right then and there.
Or you could have left a real message.
Real message. Yeah. Don't call me and say call me. Right. What up, sis? Don't call me and then say call me.
Yeah. Like
leave the message.
Again, I'm specifically talking about the ones where there is approximately zero indication of what the person wants. If you give me an idea of what you want, and in the same message you happen to request me to call you, you're more likely for me to call you.
Right.
But nigga, like what? Call me. No.
Right. Because one, you didn't tell me anything, any clue what this is.
Damn thing.
And don't nobody bring me no bad news. I don't want to hit. I don't want to hit.
All right, okay. So yeah, that happened like literally because when I was on the phone with the first person, the second person called me and left the message for me to call them. I still haven't talked to them. So
boy, you all, I'm telling you right now, you have been all kinds of motherfuckers this week.
Oh, listen.
Man, listen.
Hey, it is what it is. They'll be all right. Maybe they'll call back at some point.
Yo, they'll leave you an actual message.
Actually leave a message. So next, also, this might come as a surprise.
Mm-hmm. Discord.
Niggas be tripping. What up, Discord? Niggas be tripping. So we have 2 training managers at our job. Mm-hmm. In its current form, it's a new position, really. We're getting them laptops because they'll be mobile. So that also means we have to get them laptop bags. Right. My boss comes in trying to be nice. Hey, talk to such and such. She has expensive taste in her accessories. Mm-hmm. Coordinate with her before you get her laptop bag. Now, this was my boss just trying to be nice. This wasn't my boss saying, make sure you talk to her. No, she was just trying to be nice. The thing is, I had already ordered them. So I showed my boss, and she was like, oh, all right, that'll do. I'm like, all right, cool. See, what happened here is I'm sure she was happy that I had already taken care of the issue at hand, right? Now, back to the other lady. Ma'am, ain't nobody about to buy you no Louis Vuitton laptop bag.
First of all,
it's for work.
First of all, I know that's not what she asked for because
she didn't specifically ask for that.
Yeah, because that's not.
Bruh.
Listen, nobody.
I think it's like $8,000.
Okay, hold on. Hear me out. I know that's not what she meant. Because how? Listen. If Struck needed a computer bag that's super expensive or whatever like that from Majestic, I'm on it. Please own it. We can co-sign. Fuck it.
Right.
You can't expect. You're an employee. Stop it.
Yo, so ain't nobody about to buy you no Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. It's from the jump.
It's for work. Are you? There is a very limited number of people who even see this damn bag.
Yeah.
Sit your ass down and take this Amazon Basics branded bag and be happy. All right, I'm only joking a little bit.
Take this Spreadshirt red bubble bag,
nigga. Right, like I didn't actually get an Amazon Basics one, but she ain't getting no damn luxury laptop bag. Like the fuck,
man.
Facts, Cindy. More than the goddamn laptop.
Right.
Right. Like magnitudes more than the laptop.
Yo, it's absurd. There's a sense of entitlement there.
Bruh. Oh, no, wait. So later that day, I saw her. Both of the training managers were in the same place. The other one was asking questions like what? How will we connect to the internet? Will we have programs on there that let us both update? You know, stuff that actually has to do with the job.
That matters. Yeah, stuff that matters.
The one with the expensive taste, was asking shit like, what brand is the laptop going to be?
Oh my! You know what?
Is it going to be heavy? Are we going to have book bags for them? Can I wear it as a crossbody thing?
Can I wear it as a necklace? I want to wear the laptop. I want it to hang right here,
nigga. Like what? I can't make this shit up.
No,
I wish I was making
this was a meeting with a lot of people.
No, it wasn't a meeting. They just so happened to be in the same place.
Ooh, fine.
Bruh. I wish I was making this shit up.
Yo, how? I can't fathom.
It's work. It's work,
B. What do you think?
Nobody will ever see this bag except for the other people who work with you. Like what?
When she, if I'd have been in there and she would have started talking that shit there, I'd have been doing like that scene in the first Guardians when Yondu was in that store and dude was trying to give him the reasons why he couldn't get the every time wait doing all shut the fuck up.
Who the fuck are you trying to impress?
I don't know, B. That's wild. That's
right,
wild.
Okay. Again, all Thursday. The next thing.
Hold up, was that before noon?
No, this was afternoon.
Okay.
So because it happened.
Cindy said, "Can I get nails done to man?"
Bro, like what? So this next thing happened before I ran into her.
Right.
But this was something else. So this is your monthly reminder that the vast majority of people that work at my job do not know how to use computers. And just so you know,
monthly, nigga,
the IT department
find out about that once a week.
The IT department at your job is absolutely judging you, especially when you use the excuse that I'm not IT, and that's an excuse for why you can't do this simple
basic
thing that
simple
6-year-old and my 12-year-old
operation
could do with ease.
Yeah.
I get a text message from one of my coworkers. He like, hey, I was doing something, I turned my head, and the program I was using disappeared, and it's not on my desktop anymore either. I said, okay, I'll be there. He said, I turned the monitor off and turned it back on, but it's still not back on my laptop. I'm on my desktop. What up, sis? But it's still not back on my desktop.
Hey, sis.
But it's still not back on my desktop. What must I do? I reply, I'll take care of it. Then he proceeds to tell me how he has something to do at 1:00. Mind you, it's only 11:30.
Free thinker. What up, Ryan?
What up, free thinker? It's only 11:30 at this point, and I'm literally on my way to his location.
Okay.
But
how far is his location from where you started? Where you went at?
Less than 15 minutes.
Okay.
So apparently, before I responded, he apparently read what I actually said, and then he just said, okay. So now, I only say this to the people when they start getting annoying. So I never actually got to the point of saying it to him, but the scenario that he laid out is extremely unlikely. Computers are stupid. They only do what a person tells them to do. That's a bit of a simplification, but it's true because that someone includes the user, programmers, and hackers. Even with the current state of AI that the everyday person has access to, between the code used to write the initial program and the prompts the user gives it, it only does what it's told. It's just able to, in some cases, interpret what it's told means.
Yeah, it's predictive text.
Right. So I get there, and he's like, yeah, man, I don't know what happened, blah, blah, this, blah, blah. I say, okay, I'll take care of it. So I sit down, and he's talking, and I get up, and I'm like, all right. He's like, what? I said, it's done. What? It's done that quick? Sir, literally all I had to do was put a shortcut on your desktop. Like,
no. Hell no. There's more to it than that.
No.
You had to go in the registry.
No.
No, I am not. I refuse to
literally
accept. And he called you down there.
No, I was on my way there anyway. So it was cool. But yeah, I just had to put a shortcut on his desktop.
No.
That he deleted somehow.
No.
And he claims to not know how he deleted it. Actually, he might actually not know.
He might not know. But still,
yeah, he deleted the shortcut somehow, and I just put it back on the desktop. Which is, for anybody, if you understand what I just said, this is absolutely why you use shortcuts on your desktop. Because all of us delete an icon by mistake every now and then.
Yeah. And
if it's the shortcut, you're great. If it's not, it might be an issue.
I'm still mad that they pay you a nice chunk of money.
I mean,
they got too many vacations in a single week. Notice I said single week.
I heard you.
Yo, for you to have to go down there.
Listen. Again, I was on my way there anyway. So I at no point did I get mad at him because even though the initial thing that he said happened probably isn't what happened.
Right.
Outside of that, he gave me no flag,
okay, all right,
no pushback. He didn't act like he knew more than none of that. He literally don't know nothing about computers.
I just need IT to understand that I know you're judging the other workers. And I need him to understand that we're judging you too. You chilling.
I don't care.
You chilling super hard.
I had this conversation. I had this conversation maybe once a month. Maybe. About this type of thing. And it's like, I do not care how you feel. I literally don't. Because without my job, you wouldn't be able to do your job.
You don't know that.
I do. And that's the problem. I'm the only one who knows that.
Yo, do you know how many times a day me and my daughter have that exchange? Oh my goodness.
So the last thing with work actually happened on a Friday. Mm-hmm. Remember I was talking about being a herald and whatnot.
Yes.
God damn it. Another one of the situations that I warned about seems to be coming.
No.
Bruh. Seems to be coming to a head. Actually, it may have already done so. I can't go into detail about this one, but I had been telling several of the parties involved that this was going to happen. And of course, they didn't listen.
Of course they did.
I'm pretty decent. Yo, I hate this. I hate to say this, but I have to given the story.
Here we go. This is
given what actually happened. Yo, I'm pretty decent at telling people what to do, right? I'm saying that facetiously, but because here's the thing. I don't want the fucking responsibility of doing that thing. Like, if I gotta answer to somebody, let me only have to answer for my shit.
Right.
Because while I may be good at figuring out best practices, I know that people still are unpredictable. Even as decent as I am as figuring out the behavior of people, they still can be unpredictable. And
monkeys are unpredictable.
Separate but related, I don't do well with people making my work any harder than it has to be. I wouldn't want someone who is under me to have to deal with that. Because I wouldn't be a good boss in that aspect. Like every other aspect, I think I'd be pretty decent. In that one of punitive shit, nah, nigga.
You would, I believe, as a boss, you would be ass. Not ass as in making your workers' job harder. I don't believe you would do that. But I believe you would be.
Hold your spot. Listen to me clearly. The way that I think currently, if somebody that is under me makes my job harder, oh, nigga.
I was told
to pay. They wouldn't like me
when you're angry. Yeah. Listen, I'm gonna tell you what.
Which is why I don't need to do that. I'm
gonna tell you what the vaunted Coach of the Year every year, Calvin Ford, told me when I first became a supervisor down at Phillips. When somebody under you makes the job harder on you, make it easy on yourself. Get them the fuck out of here. Get them the fuck out of here. If they're consistently making your job hard, get them out of here. That was the first bit of advice he gave me. I got that great coat.
Here's the thing that makes that level-headed, right? He used the word consistent.
Yeah.
I'm telling you once.
No.
That's why I don't need to be in charge. I don't know how many people listening have seen the movie Be Cool, but
you are ass.
Andre 3000 plays a character who's like trigger happy.
Yeah,
he's sitting in a house with a bunch of people, and he shoots a gun. And his boss looks at him like, "Really?" I'm like, I don't know what you expect. Don't give this to me. That is me. That is what I would be like. Do not put me. No, please don't. Do not put me in charge of anybody because once you got that one time
That's
to make
whack.
the job harder. It is.
But I do understand. Real fail 109 is so
That's
garbage.
wild.
That is so garbage. But yeah, I understand, but I also know it's ass.
No, I'm admitting it.
Yeah.
There's no, that's not reasonable.
Yeah.
But that's how I would feel.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna. We're not gonna sugarcoat. We're not gonna lie about this thing.
You're fired. But
listen.
You're fired.
Listen,
that's
at least a write-up. Like, nigga, you made my job harder. That's the number one rule. Yeah. Yo, I've said on this podcast several times. No matter what your job is in life, your actual job is to make the job of the people that are above you is to make their job easier. That is your job, no matter what. If you're an entrepreneur, it's the customers.
Right.
No matter what, any job you have, your job is to make the people that you answer to make their jobs easier.
What if you answer to no one?
Then you aren't working.
Oh,
you aren't making money. That's one badass hobo, my guy.
I'm just saying. What if you did the type of shit where you only really have to do it once and you get residuals from that shit? So you're still not working technically. You're still not working.
Right.
Still not working.
Hey, more power to you. You were responsible. You were held responsible at one time.
You managed to make it through. Managed to make it through.
Listen, I want to get like you someday. So the dumbass of the week is tied to a story. But before we started, I happened to be scrolling and I came across a dumbass of the week that's relatively similar to the dumbass of the week that I have. I hate
everything.
A lot of
people.
These motivational type.
Oh, bro.
Someone says you'll always get 100. Oh, sorry. You have to be very profound with it. You'll always get 100 views before you get 100 likes. Because not everybody watching you is supporting you.
I just,
bro. No, dumbass. You can't like unless somebody has seen the thing.
I'm going to.
Like, what are we talking?
I am going to literally choke the life out of people.
Yo, this thing has 46. Hold up. Shit.
This is what we do. This is what we see. Listen. For those of you that
thing has 46,000 likes, loves, and hug and care emoji.
For those of you that don't.
Okay, wait.
Content.
There's hope.
Okay.
72 people left.
Good.
That's something. That's something.
It's minuscule. It's minuscule.
But it's something.
Because if you don't do content, then maybe this might go over your head a little bit because you don't have the experience.
Yeah.
But people will put the most inane shit up to get attention, and it works. That shit, it should not. You should not need to be a quantum physicist or something to see how this is ridiculous. A ridiculous platitude.
You get 100 views before you get 100 likes.
I just want to
everybody watching you with support. That's not why.
That's not why. You're trying to make yourself. You trying to make yourself basically into this victim ideology. The world is against you.
Now here's the thing. Is that last part true? Yes, but it's happenstance.
It doesn't mean. It doesn't mean that they're actively saying, I don't support you.
Bro, like what are we anyway, so that leads me to the actual dumbass of it. That really is the actual dumb. I'm sorry. That's dumber than what I'm about to say. Yeah. What I'm about to say is still dumb.
But are they though? Because they got 46. See,
listen. But it's proof positive that monkeys are. Never mind. Anyway, so this next thing. Bruh. So I'm gonna give y'all the dumbass, and then then we're gonna go into the actual story.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see screenshots. And I love this person dearly, but that don't stop this from being the some super dumb shit. So, on a Facebook post, somebody says, "Bro, what the fuck is wrong with Ja?" Shaking my head.
Oh,
so for those who don't know, before we actually go into the story,
right.
They're talking about Ja Morant. It's a basketball player. A few weeks back, well, actually, he has a list of things
he's done.
But a few weeks back, he was seen on Instagram Live in the strip club waving a gun or some shit like that, and he got in trouble for it.
Whoa,
he did. Then, wait. No, we're gonna get into all that later. And then, like the other day, he was seen on Instagram Live in a car waving a gun.
Yeah.
So someone said, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with him?" You had comments that made sense,
and then
he's taking his blessing for granted. That boy got issues. It's sad how bad he wants to portray this gangster image. It's stupidity at this point. Bro, got to understand. Kids look up to him. Blah blah blah. NBA not a lot. Blah blah. Okay, but then you have.
I know what you're about to say.
The world is expecting him to be something he's not really prepared to be. If he was a regular person without the fame, no one would be saying anything. No shit! Because if he was a regular person without the fame, he would not have this expectation. So, again,
I just want
to the story.
I gotta go. I
have this perfect response. This isn't funny enough. This isn't a response to that person.
Interesting.
That was on Facebook. What I'm about to read you is from Twitter. This is the perfect response to that comment, though. She says, "It's people." Now, to be fair, I know this person personally that made the dumb comment. Mm-hmm. She makes more than this, but still, the person from Twitter says, "It's people that make less than $30,000 a year that block their employer from their social media because they want to post freely without the worry of getting fired. Yet they can't comprehend why Ja Morant has consequences behind his actions on social media."
Okay.
So to be fair, the salary thing was an unnecessary shot.
Yeah, it didn't need to be there. It didn't need to.
Yeah, that part was unnecessary. Yeah. But the overall point is absolutely true.
This is what it is.
It's niggas that punch a clock every day that ain't making the type of money that this man is making.
And they know better.
Then
let their boss see them doing some chicanery that could cost them their job.
But then those same people are talking about, why can't Ja do what happened to his Second Amendment right?
See, that's the one I saw that I thought was
where is the NRA?
Really? So
they keep calling people thugs.
You think it's an issue that the NRA need to be involved with because your goofy ass is literally showing how irresponsible you are with a firearm on camera and being on your platform, which is a big platform. You think that's an NRA issue?
These white people take pictures with guns all the time.
This is foolishness.
It's same thing.
Right. This is foolishness of the highest order. Bruh. Because the simple fact is, while I will accuse the
NRA,
that too,
sis.
Facts. But I will accuse the NRA all the time of irresponsibility with certain things. They want to at least be able to make the argument that they're for responsibility and firearms.
Right.
So him doing that, what the fuck?
Not come out and that.
What the fuck? And when the first thing I saw people do, which shows you also how they don't even understand what their actual rights are, is when they start quoting that shit. What about his Second Amendment rights?
Second Amendment.
What does his Second Amendment rights have to do with him doing some dumb shit like this?
Right.
That's about you owning the firearm.
Right.
He can own it without doing this stupid shit. Y'all will make me break into the nearest nuclear silo and jerry rig that shit to go off. You don't need to be here. All right? Like, seriously. Yikes.
So let's get into some more dumb takes about this, because
I'm sure it's plenty, because I saw my fair share on Twitter.
Bruh. So to the person that said it's people that make blah 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 that block their employer and they know better, but they can't comprehend why job would be in trouble. Somebody responded to that and said, honestly, it's not illegal to have a legal gun or pose with them. Our Caucasian bros can do it with no issues. He grown and a legal gun owner. It's his skin. They pressed about it.
So
now, wait. Here's the OP's response. The legality is not the issue. When you work for someone else, you sign paperwork stating that you will abide by the company's core values and vision. Anyone that isn't self-employed has to abide by who they work for. Doesn't have to be illegal. If it doesn't align, you'll get in trouble for it.
Yo, this is the thing that bothers me the most about people thinking that way. Y'all want to run around here identifying yourself by the work that you do. So this is part of it too.
It gets worse.
This is part of it.
No, it gets worse. It gets worse. That same person replies and says, but NBA players have posed with guns before. Listen. Owners, coaches, executives, etc. It's the culture and stigma that's attached. But this is just my opinion. OP says to her, which owners, coaches, and executives did this?
Show me.
Which teams? What years?
Show me.
And she says,
crickets.
You can use your web browser.
Yo,
the Second Amendment right, and the athletes have been very vocal about it. But carry on.
They have? Bro, this is the thing that's so crazy to me about that. So there are absolutely times when it is valid to tell, motherfucker, I'm not going to do your work for you. Go and look that shit up your motherfucking self. This ain't one of them times.
The burden of proof is on you.
The proof is on you. You made this claim that, all the time. They do it by the owners, the managers. No, they do it all the time. The person said to you, prove it. Yeah. I ain't doing your. All right.
Yeah, no, we're not.
I can't.
Listen.
I won't. I refuse.
It's the time we live in, bro.
Whoo, people are fucking. Yo, you know what we thought? We thought wrong, but you know what we thought? We thought that the internet was going to allow us to assimilate information faster than any other point in human history. We thought this was going to foster understanding between groups of people who never had a chance to really talk to each other, except for through representatives of governments and things of this nature.
To be fair, it does that as well.
But it doesn't do
it's just that.
But it doesn't do that as well.
Right. It's just that the other side seems to be more prevalent.
I'm at a point where I can't even say that. I can't say what I wanted to say about that because I was initially about to say I just wanted them to shut it down forever, but I can't.
No,
because if they shut it down,
we got moves to make.
We got moves to make, and I need to get these moves.
If it wasn't for this thing, two boys from Baltimore who grew up in the same neighborhood,
Facts.
17 years apart,
right,
may not be in the situation that we're in right now.
That's true, bro. That's true. Sure, and I gotta keep that in mind as I hear this, because part of this is also selfishness, because I know there's a part of me that knows that this is going to be the death of us all, right? But there's the other part of me that goes, yeah, but before that happens, I need
right.
That's what I gotta do. That's some shit I gotta do before that happens. So, jeez, y'all.
And you know what I hate?
Everything.
You know what scuffs my Timbs?
You know what really scars my Nike sign?
Bruh, these apologists for super stupid behavior. Like if something happens and you are the first person to do anything similar, then some of these apologists, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
If you're the first person to be in this situation and you fumbled it somehow, okay. I'm not holding you for that.
Right. I'm sure I could dig in if I wanted to.
Right.
And still come up with some reasonable shit why, man, fuck you and that.
It still shouldn't have happened.
But I'll give you that.
You have no direct person
There's no reference.
to learn from.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, fine. But this idea of whenever an NBA player, whenever an NFL player, or whenever a rapper does some stupid ass shit, it's always, oh, they're young. Well, here's the thing about them being young. The other people in their field are or were also young. Yeah. And they didn't do the dumbass shit that this person did.
So why are you misapplying this one attribute?
Bruh.
Like there's another attribute that you could absolutely have used. He's dumb as fuck.
Bruh. Like all right, I'll give you an example. Because it's kind of relevant to the John Morant thing. There's a wide receiver named Josh Gordon, I believe. He was an amazing talent. Talent-wise, one of the top wide receivers in the league to ever come to the league. But back in this time, the NFL had weed as an illegal substance. If you got caught on a drug test with weed, you got suspended.
Yeah, that's your ass.
There were consequences.
Repercussions.
This nigga would not stop smoking weed. This nigga would not stop smoking weed. This nigga would not even get something to mask it. Nothing. This man is now in the XFL.
Vince McMahon join?
Yes. He is now in the XFL, whereas he should have gone down as one of the greatest wide receivers of all time. Right. The excuse for him cannot be he's young, because
Randy Moss was
let's go super micro. Let's go super micro. Currently, let's just say, break it down to its barest bones. Let's say every team has 2 starting wide receivers.
Okay.
It's 32 teams. That's 63 other people that did not do the dumb shit that this person does, who have the excuse that you gave him in common with him.
Yeah, they're all young.
But they didn't.
They all
young because in the NFL, once you get 30, they start calling you old.
Right.
So they all young.
You had a rap too.
So they all young. They have the same excuse, yet they didn't turn out the same way. Yeah. Clearly,
it's not because they're young. That's the thing, bro. And like you said, this is a open and shut case of an example here that none of the rest of them are doing, but you the one out here fumbling the bag. That's a youth thing.
As a matter of fact,
that's not a young thing.
Not even wide receiver. I've only heard of one other star player ever in the history of the NFL with this particular problem, and that was Ricky Williams.
Yeah, I remember that too.
I don't recall any other star player. We're not talking about somebody that
ride the bench most of the time.
Yeah, we're not talking about those people. Like, not to discount them, but the point that we're making is when people complain about this type of stuff, the point that we're making is whether it's in good faith or not, because there's some in bad faith that make this argument, is that this person has an incredible opportunity and they are fumbling the bag.
Yeah, yo, that's just it. At the end of the day, right? You got to look at it from this standpoint. Everybody has their wants and they have their needs.
Yeah.
Now everybody is put into a position to be able to fulfill both of them. All they have to do is follow the fucking rules.
Yo, and here's the thing about the rules. The vast majority of the time, they give you them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
They hand them to you.
Yeah.
You can see them.
It's not
you don't have to guess.
It's not right.
And again, because you're not the first person in this position, there are other people who know and follow said rules.
There's a well-worn path of footprints of all the motherfuckers that went before you that show you the example. Even if you was to say, oh, nobody taught me at home, blah, blah, blah. You literally in this field have people that you see. See what they did? See how they ended up. See how they started. See where they wound up going to. Is that an end you're looking for? Good. Then you need to walk in that same path. And the fact that you think, and this is the other thing that killed me about a lot of that too. So some of these people come from disenfranchised beginnings.
Mm-hmm.
And you would think, if you remember a time when you would open your refrigerator up and it was looking kind of crazy, or a bill was coming and you didn't have any idea how to pay it, and now you're in a position where all those things have been erased, you would think that by hook or by crook, I will never go back to what that was then. So I'm going to not do things to make me have to go back there.
I'm glad you brought that up, because back to Ja, one of the things now, of course, I don't see everything. I can't be everywhere. Of course not. But one of the things that is going on, the narrative that the media is running with, and again, the narrative, I'm on this show, I tend to use words neutrally.
Right.
I don't, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Right.
But the narrative that the media is running with is, you had a good upbringing and you seem to be trying to be a thug, but by all accounts, you are not from that type of situation.
Hold up. So, survey says, hey, you are not. Hey, you not live that life.
I'm just saying that. So you had, and that's the vast majority of what I've seen. Have I seen one or two people call him a thug? Of course, because that's always going to happen.
But like you said,
the vast majority are people saying, yo, you're not a thug.
Yo, Graydon literally made that exact same point where he was like, you don't come from that. Bruh. So this was not a hump you have to you had to get over and acclimate yourself. Like, for instance, when I moved into Laurel, there were certain instincts that I had acquired necessary for survival living in Baltimore and Emerson Village that no longer apply here, and it took me some time to acclimate to the new environment, right? This is not you, sir. This is not you. But I will say this, there is a phenomenon, and it's the weirdest shit ever, but there was motherfuckers who really had no reason to come down to that part of the city.
Absolutely.
Those of them that I met, when I went to their houses outside of these areas, big backyards, big front yards, multiple bedrooms and bathrooms in their houses. They got a den. They got music equipment that me and Sean would have died for.
Right.
That their parents just bought them because they said, Mama, I want to rap and make beats now. Oh, all right. Bam, bam, bam. Right. And they would come all the way down to Emerson Village to be down there with us underprivileged niggas. And I got to tell you right now, it was the goofiest shit ever. Like, what are we trying? And this is the thing. Niggas would say something to them, right? Niggas would be like, yo, why are you there? Why are you down here? We fuck with you, but why are you? It's the most ridiculous shit ever. I don't know what they think they get, some sort of street cred. And why? That's the other thing. Why do you think that street cred shit even matters? Can you spend it?
Bruh.
Can you buy a house with street cred?
Bruh.
Like, yo, honestly, there are experiences I had growing up in that area that I wish I didn't.
Oh, nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand for the life of me what people that come from that. Are you bored? Like, why would you come down? Niggas is dying down here.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas are literally dying down here. Yo, the police are coming down here, knocking sparks out of niggas' asses on a regular basis. Motherfuckers, there's hypodermic needles in the alley over there where the kids play at. There are rats. There are rats. No, this motherfucker. It smelled when it's 105 degrees like down in Florida. Walk through any alley in this area, the urine will knock you off. In Lincoln Park, there are dead bodies and we smell them
strewn about.
Why are you coming down here when you don't have to be here.
Right.
I don't want to have to be here.
Facts. All facts.
Why are you coming here? That mentality, it seems like to me, that's what's with this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You want to be seen as something you have never been because you think somehow that gives you what? What do you think that gives you?
Mind you, I don't know exactly the detail if it's he made this much or he's set to make this much, but at some point this motherfucker would have been $200 million.
Oh, jeez. Bro,
he has lost at least tens of $1 million because of this. I think from sponsors.
I don't get it. I don't think I ever will.
Nah, you ain't never going to understand this dumb shit.
I don't like. Yo, I'm gonna give you a classic example. I remember my son said to me,
"Oh, wait, hold up. I remember some of the other things that he did now."
Oh, okay.
So, his mother was in a shoe store or something like that, and she was having an issue with one of the employees. So instead of any of the myriad of reasonable things she could have done, she called her son and his friends to come down to the store.
Okay. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I have had to learn quite a bit about not projecting your shit onto other person's situation.
Let's get a little more in depth. Ja Morant's mom. This was according to an incident report filed in July 2022 that was made public in March 2023, Memphis Grizzlies star Ja Morant and his friends threatened a security director at a Memphis mall. While the previously known details were troubling to begin with, a new report outlines more worrisome details that include his mother. The incident reportedly involved a member of Morant's group allegedly shoving a security director in the head and stemmed from a confrontation inside a Finish Line shoe store.
Oh my!
Morant wasn't the one who started the fuss. Instead, it was his mother.
Oh my!
She was listed by police as unknown in reports to shield both her and her son from more public scrutiny. Now, shoe salesman, I'm not saying his name, has shared his side of the story.
What was his side?
So he says a customer in the store became angry with him after he helped two white women before her. The customer then became even more irate after the 22-year-old informed her that the store didn't have the size she wanted. According to the report, she then began following him around and yelling, saying that she would call her son. He said he didn't know who her son was until Ja Morant and about 9 of his friends showed up. Ja Morant came in and said, "Where's the short guy with the dreads?" He kept shouting. He even went into a part of the store where customers aren't allowed. He looked through the window of the stock room. He then shouted to the guy, "I'm going to wait until you get off work."
Interesting.
The guy said, "I thought, oh, he's really trying to get me, like he's trying to hurt me." He then added that he spent close to an hour in the back of the storeroom shaking with emotion before slipping out of the mall later that day. He told police that it was Ja Morant, the most famous and recognizable person in Memphis.
Of course.
Mind you.
Of course. Of course.
As a member of the group who threatened him, but his name was not listed.
Yo, what is wrong with your goofy ass?
Bruh. That comment is directed to the mother. What is wrong with your goofy ass?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. What scenario? What did you? I'm at a loss.
Yeah.
What?
I
don't.
What the fuck is this?
Oh, Sam Jones. What up, cuz?
What up?
So, yeah, this nigga like This nigga's wilding. Like I don't.
I just need you to explain
to me
something though. Like why is his mom? Yeah, like.
I just don't.
What the fuck is wrong? Like, seriously, yo, at this point, right? It's like, yo, you don't want to have it,
bruh.
Give it to somebody else then,
bruh. I'm taking donations, cause nigga,
yeah, we taking donations. Like,
bruh, what the hell is going on?
Y'all don't want it. You don't want it.
Clearly,
yo, listen. It's funny because I didn't get to see a whole lot of just legitimately nice looking neighborhoods growing up because the places that I traveled and where I lived at, they were what they were, right? When I finally got to see outside the neighborhood and got to see some really nice, like, and there's people living there with the kids stuff. I remember thinking to myself, I don't understand why anybody like this is where I want to be up here around this type of shit. No, it smells like pee down there. I want to be, you know what I'm saying? I want to be up here. Why would the mom dread?
Mind you, the two things that he did, the guy that works at the store, the two things that he did were wait on two people before her, and this isn't even something he did, not have her shoe size.
This is appalling. This is appalling. Both the story and Mike right here with this. Appalling.
All right, there's one more part to this. For some reason, somebody asked Lil Wayne about
what? Y'all doing that now? So at this point, we don't know how to act.
For some reason, someone asked Lil Wayne about this, and just listen.
Like, don't fall into that trap that these people doing on TV, saying, cause he ain't no thug, cause he ain't in the street, he ain't about that. He ain't no gang. You don't want that. How y'all know you don't want? Y'all know that boy? Do y'all know that boy? Cause I don't. I know him from dunking and jumping, and I only started knowing him when I started paying attention to him around his last year of college. He come from like a town with 3,000 people. Like, what? What y'all expect? Y'all what? Y'all gave him $200 million. I just said a town with 3,000 people. You expect him to be responsible? Now we tripping then. Yeah, now we tripping. We expect him to be that's magic. Because I could tell you, I come from a real well-raised, beautiful mother, nice, you know what I mean? My mama bust her ass to make sure everything around me was nice. And I still was a knucklehead. I shot myself. You know what I mean? So if you expecting, and that young man, I could imagine if I came from fucking to play with 3,000 people and I became who I am, boy.
All right, so
yo,
wait, no, let's give him, you know, wait. So let's extrapolate that, right? Matter of fact, say something. I want to look something up.
I'm going to give him shit and push him in it. The fact that he mentions the fact that he shot himself, and we all remember this, is also clear evidence that we should stop putting a microphone in front of this motherfucker's face. This is not the first time. Wayne has never come across as somebody who was particularly bright on things, even though the rumors I've heard is that he was a bright kid, right? That's the rumors I heard. But the reality of the situation is, for somebody that was supposed to have been a bright kid, Wayne often says dumbass shit. The fact that you feel like we don't know him, that is one of the dumbest. We can check. Like, we know the area he comes from. We know who his parents were. We can even check to see how much they were worth. These are all things that can be checked.
All right. So his argument is, because forget the not knowing him part. Forget the not knowing him part. His argument, his strongest argument that he attempts to make is, this boy comes from a town of 3,000 people. Why do you expect him to be responsible? All right, hold on. Wait. Latest city and town population estimates of the decade show 3/4 of the nation's incorporated places have fewer than 5,000 people. So by that logic, every single person from his town and from these other towns that the majority of people live in the country, all of them should be menaces to society. Because clearly, the reason he's doing this is
because he's from a small town
of less than 3,000 people.
No, you know what?
People say the dumbest shit.
I'm not surprised though, bro, because in passive, regular conversations with people, the things they make connections with as reasons for certain things are so bad that there are times when I'm literally doing The Undertaker with my eyes rolling. I'm like, yo, this does not equate to this. It's like you literally said, well, of course the ball is going to bounce off the porch. It's raining. Fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? I've been in conversations far too often with people on serious matters that will take some data point that they pulled out of their ass, even if it's true, and try to apply it as a reasoning for something. Like, yo, these things don't connect. This is a square hole. This is a round peg. This shit, it's not. Why are you like at this point? Like I've seen it, and that's why I'm not surprised. And this is the other thing about it: how easily people are fooled by shit like that. Because in a conversation, like it's a couple of things that people will refuse to be skeptical about. If certain things are coming out of the mouth of somebody that has notoriety, there's a huge segment of the people that will give the benefit of the doubt that that person knows what the fuck they're talking about because they got money. I used to work with a guy who said, I just assume people that got money are just smarter than me.
You're right. You are right.
Yo, you are the dumbest.
Specifically, you are right.
You are
the correct statement. That's a correct statement, sir.
For you, yes, they're all smarter than you.
They're all.
Unfortunately for you, the people that have less money than you are smarter than you too. It's like, bro, like I've seen that. So Wayne will say that. He'll say this, and then there'll be a segment of people. I could just go on Twitter. There'll be a segment of people. You see him do it with Kanye. There'll be a segment of people that will try to forge some connection to this that doesn't connect, and they will beat you down with it and seriously be all indignant that you don't see it.
You heard the interview was nodding and agreeing and shit.
Yeah.
So I mean, and so that kind of reminds me of another thing dumbass motherfuckers say. Oh, well, you ain't in that position, so you don't know that type of pressure. Okay, wait. There are 30 NBA teams, 5 starters. That's 150 people.
Yes.
There are not 150 instances this year.
I mean, I'm going to need you to say it. I'm going to need you to say it.
Not 150 instances this year of people fumbling the bag this bad. There only was, that I know of, there was only, matter of fact, I'll say there only was one other because that I know of equates to it being this bad.
Right.
So the only other example I can think of was Kyrie.
Yes.
It's the only other example I can think of. So that's 2 out of 150, and that's just me talking about the starters. That's not me talking about these high-paid 6 men. It's not me talking about the backups and all that. No, just the starters. There were 2, Ja and Kyrie.
It's what I think what motivates a lot of that for a lot of people. You like the guy, so now you reaching for some shit to defend the indefensible because you like the guy. For some of you motherfuckers, you're just dumb. It's not even.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're just dumb. It's not even. You don't even know the guy. Some of you are also projecting stupid shit you've done that you don't want to be judged for So you're invested in not having other people judged on that because you do the same shit. This is what we've said before about pedophilia. Something you motherfuckers run around here defending pedophiles because you got some bones in your fucking closet and you don't. It's not in your interest for the correct narrative of you gotta be stopped. And you need to be held accountable for the shit. That's not in your best interest for that narrative to stay a thing, especially in any conversation. Like it seems to me that when that conversation is brought up, your brain immediately goes back to all the fuckery you did, and now you're defending that shit. But I think a lot of it is people. Look, Wayne, I think is in that case there. He thinks of all the fuckery he did, and he spent years trying to find justifications for that shit in his own head. So now, because he's been in that situation, he's invested in not being judged poorly because of his decisions in that situation. So he'll come out and say some shit like, "Oh, he come from a small town," or just because he came from a good family, you know what I mean? I came from a good mother who did it. I don't want to judge. I don't want to judge Wayne's mom, but I will say this. I wouldn't have did some shit where he got my kid would have got to do all this traveling all over the world at a very young age with some niggas that I really don't even know. I wouldn't have done it.
Sure.
I wouldn't have done it. And at the very least, it would have been contract. Y'all got this money to do all the shit. Contractually, he's gonna have a guardian with him contractually to protect his interests. I'm not just gonna say. So like I said, I'm not gonna cast aspersions on Wayne's mom and that other shit. Right. I don't know the lady. I'm saying me. I'm not letting my underage kid. You know what happens on tours? You know what happens? B. And the music industry is, yeah. Not my underage kid. That's just me. Everybody don't parent the same. Everybody don't parent the same. But shit.
Facts. Listen. I hope he get his mind right.
I hope he do too, because
at the end of the day,
he's at the cusp of losing. Yeah.
Like, I hope he get his shit together, because this is sad to see. So the next thing.
Wait a minute. Before we leave that, something Graydon said too on his podcast. He was like, where are the people in his life that can tell him no, or yo, that's stupid, don't do that?
Apparently his father used to do that, but something, I don't know if it was before he got the
big checks,
the amount of money that he has now, and now his father's apparently changed, or if he just don't listen to his father no more. I don't know, but his father used to be that person.
Okay, that's interesting, because I didn't know something happened, and some of you motherfuckers be smelling yourselves too when y'all get that bread. Y'all get that bread, y'all grown.
It's like it's an easy argument to say they need somebody there, but at the end of the day, they grown and they rich,
and they got control over their own shit.
They
can literally excommunicate you from the circle,
right?
Very easily.
You can't guarantee that they're going to listen to somebody else,
right?
You have to have a certain amount of a good head on your shoulders in order to have somebody in place that you will listen to.
That you will even allow them to make comments on what you're doing in life. So if he's already fucked up here because of the music, the money and the notoriety and all that shit, it ain't really and he's grown. He's an adult.
Yeah.
So it's not
grown ass
really
man. Yeah. Next story. So Mother's Day was this past week. Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
All the mothers.
Shut up. Neo causes a stir with disrespectful Mother's Day tribute to his baby mothers.
First of all, Keanu Reeves would not do that. Y'all don't know what the fuck.
Shut up. Neo has found himself in hot water with his fans after posting a Mother's Day tribute to the ladies in his life. Now, the point of this is, I want y'all to tell me if this is valid criticism or invalid criticism.
Okay.
So he posted a Mother's Day tribute to the ladies in his life who are the caregivers to his 6 children. On Mother's Day, which was Sunday, the R&B crooner took to Instagram to celebrate his mother, his sister, and the 3 mothers of his children, including their names aren't important. Under the slideshow, which featured a photo of each woman, Many fans felt it was classless to include his ex-wife and the woman he cheated on her with in the same post. Wait. Neo. So this is one of the comments. Neo, I know you have more common sense than this now. So disrespectful. Another one said, this post would piss me off so bad, shaking my head, because ain't no way you put me on the same slide with that woman you cheated and had a family on me with. I'm sure his intentions were okay, but I
gave him the Damn.
Someone else called him out by writing, it's the audacity to post all the baby moms in one post. That's absolutely absurd. Meanwhile, Neo recently
so
all right, before I get to that part, what are we saying? What are we saying? Is
it disrespectful?
Is it disrespectful to do such a thing?
Let's kind of narrow in on it. So it depends. Did he?
Okay.
He had. All right. Which part of it are we looking at? Because if we're looking at a dude who is a father to several kids, and different moms, and he's saying Happy Mother's Day to the moms, just in that basic sense, it's cool for him to say Happy Mother's Day to him. But is it cool? Hold on, but is it cool for him to slide alongside the...
See, and that's my rebuttal. As far as I know, Meta and Zuckerberg have not imposed a limit on the amount of Instagram posts one can make.
They really didn't, bro.
And it's definitely not, what was that?
It's
definitely not 5.
They might put a limit on how many DMs you send. You mother.
Okay, all right. But even if they end up putting a limit on there, it won't be 5.
No, it won't be 5.
So you couldn't make it. You couldn't make it to post, my guy.
You didn't. Yo, that's why when I came with the first one, I started laughing because listen, in the aggregate, wishing a mother of your child a happy Mother's Day is nothing wrong. But the part of this that makes this fugazi is you slid that.
Yo, sis says somewhere in this looking at Neo and saying, "This is the
way."
Yo,
no.
Yo,
no.
Listen. I even understand why he wouldn't think it was a big deal. And the caveat to all of this,
he's obtuse.
Well, hold up though. The caveat to this being, if his ex-wife was okay with it, then it don't matter.
And I hear what you're saying. You're basically saying they gotten over all of that.
If the person that was aggrieved,
does
not have an issue with this,
kind of gotten over it, right? And to the point where they know that they have children that are related to each other, so they're thinking in the best interest of the children, not for them to be going back and forth. And they came to this understanding, even though it was fucked up. And it's like, man, fuck this nigga. Like he did what he did, and it is what it is with that. But I ain't got no beef with you directly because I didn't have a commitment with you.
Right.
I had a commitment with him, and he's the one that did the fuck shit. I'm interested in our kids knowing their brothers or their siblings or sisters or siblings or whatever. And for us to have a good working relationship with that, so that these kids have a great upbringing without the drama that they didn't ask for. They didn't ask for none of that. Then that's a different conversation here. Obviously, that's not that's not what this is.
I don't know because I have not seen him respond.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen anybody say that any of the baby mothers said anything.
Right.
This is just fans speculating.
Right.
That didn't happen. But here's the thing about that.
But would she have complained if that had happened? Is the question.
I don't know. We don't have any complaint from her. She may or may not have. I don't know.
Oh, so she didn't say nothing.
No, I have no proof that she said anything. It's possible that might have been the case. So if that is the case, that's the caveat. If that's the case, all this is fine.
Yeah.
Because she's the one that was wrong.
It's fans saying it's disrespectful.
Yes.
Then I am completely ignoring them. Because seriously, because the thing I know about fans in these cases where these celebrities are so big that they don't get a chance to have a serious engagement with them, so that it's not like they can say, I kind of know him a little bit. You know, I talked to him to something like that. Right. You are so distant from what this man's life is and what's actually going on with him. You ain't in no place to say that this was disrespectful. You really not. This don't got nothing to do with your ass.
Hey, now, because I started reading the article, I'm going to finish it. I don't know why the rest of this shit is on this particular article.
Right.
But hey, it is what it is. Okay. Meanwhile, Neo recently slapped his ex-girlfriend with a demand for a DNA test and court-mandated child support, claiming that he's unsure of the paternity of at least one of his children. Court documents obtained by Radar Online reveal that the Miss Independent singer, real name Shafir Smith, filed a petition against his ex, with whom he allegedly shares 2 children. According to the documents, Neil confirmed that he's the biological father of the older child, but has questions about the younger child. Therefore, he demanded a DNA test to establish paternity. He also made demands for joint custody and a liberal parenting schedule. Does anybody out there know what that means? I don't know nothing about these court-mandated parenting streets. Claiming that both are in the best interest of the children, and he wants one of them to take his last name. However, he's not stated whether he wants the one that he doesn't know, if it's his child or not, to take his last name as well, or if the name change will be demanded after results of the paternity test after he's established as the father. His relationship woes began last summer. Again, more information that does not seem to need to be in this article. But anyway, Neo's relationship woes began last summer when his then wife filed for divorce after learning he fathered a child outside of their relationship. According to TMZ, she filed the paperwork at an Atlanta courthouse saying their marriage was irreparably broken with no hope for reconciliation. She also aired out her issues with him in a since deleted Instagram post during that time. And she said, 8 years of lies and deception, 8 years of unknowingly sharing my life and husband with numerous of women. I feel like that's wrong. I'm just going to say numerous women. With numerous women who sell their bodies to him unprotected, every last one of them. To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. To ask me to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. The mentality of a narcissist. I will no longer lie to the public or pretend that this is something it isn't. I choose me. I choose my happiness and health and my respect.
Hold up. Who sent that message?
That's the ex-wife. But that's not about the post. That's about when she left him. Yeah.
All right.
Sis says, guess what? In Cali, if it's demonstrated that he accepted the child as his own,
they're not playing. They're not playing with you niggas. They're not playing with y'all. Trying to.
Which is why. Hold up. See, which is why. Chrissy and I were talking about this. We believe DNA tests should be mandatory.
Yeah.
When the child is born, there should be a DNA test because it would avoid a lot of bullshit.
Yep.
You wouldn't have to have a law like this
and bogging the system up with this type of
shit. No, you wouldn't have these paternity cases and all. No, immediately when the child's born, paternity test.
So the only question is logistics with that. So
no, listen, I don't get paid to make shit work. I'm an idea guy.
I was about to say, because there are situations where she don't know which one.
Absolutely.
Not judging. I'm not judging.
No, absolutely. 1,000%. Yo. Speaking of which, I saw this picture on social media. I don't know these people. I don't know if it's real or if it's taken out of context. Somebody posted up 2 pictures of the same woman wearing the same dress, pregnant, at baby showers with different men. My question is, of course, we don't have an answer to this.
You don't know that.
Which one is the father, or does she absolutely know which one is the father and is just dragging the other one along?
All right, so I don't know the answer to that, but I will say,
I said all we know, neither one of them niggas might not be the father.
Yeah, that's what I was about. That's what I was about.
I'm like, yo.
Right.
So you really, so in that scenario, because you said not judging, and I'm not judging in general, but I got to judge this. Because nigga, in a scenario where you don't know which father.
Oh no, you're getting judged. You're getting judged.
Yeah, in a scenario where you don't know who the father is, you have 2 baby showers with one with each of them.
Yeah, like it's a little weird. Your life choices have been fucked up. I like what McKenna's saying here. Also better for health history for the kids. God forbid the bio father have a genetic health issue and the kids never know they're at risk because of that's I mean
absolutely 1,000.
I mean
1,000%.
Yeah.
Bruh. Like
I just I don't know, man. Like everybody makes poor choices at times, right?
Absolutely.
And all of us can are guilty of that at some point in our lives. But some of these choices y'all be doing, and then a lot of times,
2 baby showers though.
It don't even be the choice itself; it be the cover up. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you fucked up, and now you're confused about some shit. You don't know who. But you guys, these two, you ain't say nothing to nobody. You ain't gonna look. I don't really know. You just it's like the cover up always gets you jammed up, B. The cover up. Now, this picture was put online, of course, right?
Yes. Oh, the person that put it online, I believe, according to the story, according to the lore, knows the woman that it is and knows one of the guys. So she's basically like, I'm not holding this shit in no more. Like, this is wild. This is what you're doing.
That's so crazy.
Bruh.
That's so crazy.
Bruh.
This is the problem, man. The cover up, man. Listen, in certain situations, there is an issue because you fucked up and you made a mistake. And there's definitely going to be fireworks when you admit it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be fireworks when you admit it.
Absolutely.
And it's some shit you have to deal with, right? But when you cover it up,
here's the thing.
Then it comes out.
How the fuck did this happen? Like, realistically, like,
okay, so
like you just said about the DNA testing thing, the logistics of this are murky at best. How is it these niggas gotta be dumb or she gotta be a genius? Like, I feel like one of those things, if not both of those things, has to be true.
They're motherfuckers. Listen, they're obviously people who don't know each other. They can live on opposite sides of town. They don't.
You say obviously, but
I mean,
I don't know how obvious that is, my guy.
That's true. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, if we're trying to find a way for them not to know,
is plausible. Okay,
this
plausible.
So they don't know. We don't know that they don't know.
Opposite sides of town. They live in different towns.
They live in different. No, we're not doing that.
No. I don't mean somebody lives in LA and somebody lives. No, I mean like. Somebody lives in
Catonsville. Somebody else is right. Okay,
like,
all right.
40 minutes.
That's possible. That's possible, right?
Yeah.
And within the course of a week, during the summer, she was doing her thing. Because I'm never going to really tell on myself. But when I was younger, it was.
No. We don't got to talk about how she wouldn't know who to.
Right, you know what I'm saying? And she was having fun that week.
Yeah.
She was having fun that week. And
live your life.
She was having fun that week. And it happens. And but now, I can't blame you for that part because
sure.
But now the cover up. Yeah, like
here's the thing. All right, so they live in different towns,
yes,
or cities.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. But here's the other part, right? Because like, I imagine. So it would have to be that nobody, like, she doesn't have a bunch of people coming to the baby shower that are her family and stuff. Because
at least one of those. Baby showers, she doesn't have any family members or friends going. At least one of those.
Okay.
At least one of those, right?
We can do that.
So the one from, let's say, all right, so we use the example.
It has to be the first one, right? Because
I would imagine, because, all right, listen, is it the same day?
No, it's not the same day.
Okay. So now it makes it easier, right? So let's say you use the example of Baltimore, D.C. They're 40 minutes away. It's theoretically possible. We've done it. We've gone from that. We've done it, right? So she let's say she's from DC. All right. She got her family and friends there. You know, DC and Baltimore don't be rocking with each other like that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So her family member goes, the family members go to that one over there, and this is who she thinks is or she suspects is one of the possibles, right? So they have it going on there. And then because they having the baby shower on another day in Baltimore, she goes there, but she has no real friends or family that goes to this. This is all his family doing it.
Yeah, she told this nigga she don't really got
nobody like that, all this other shit. And then she has, but either way, she's still fucked up. She's still fucked up because this is you trying to get over.
Yeah.
You're trying to get over. And that cover up, once it comes out, and I feel bad.
Here's the thing. My question though, is there legal recourse?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
And this is another reason why. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't have mattered because the baby ain't here yet.
Yeah.
So niggas wouldn't even know.
They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know.
Yikes.
But here's the thing. What if both those fathers decide when the baby say, I want a DNA test?
Bruh. But here's the thing. It's not going to be that smooth because there's no way you get to delivery day without something happening.
That's it. That's the other thing. So you have both of these guys thinking they're the father.
Right.
The day you have the delivery, most fathers they went this far to have the fucking rape shop and all that shit. Like, they're going to want to be there, at least in the hospital when it's happening.
Time's up.
Yo,
surprise, motherfucker!
Like that shit reminds me of when The Rock was beefing with CM Punk and that famous little diatribe he did, that promo he cut on him in the ring when he was in the ring. He was like, "Time's up." I went, "Yo, he's talking to your soul right now. All that shit you did before, you managed to do stuff that." Time's up. I was like, yo,
all right. So, speaking of judging, let's get into some Am I the Asshole? All right. So, am I the asshole for not letting my mother-in-law gift my yet-to-be-born daughter her middle name?
Gift.
I'm a 34-year-old woman, husband, 35-year-old male. Are expecting our daughter in a couple weeks. We're excited and terrified at the same time. This does involve my mother-in-law, but I wanted to isolate this one issue, as in pretend that there isn't a whole history with the mother-in-law. Jumping over boundaries like she's one of those buzzed dogs you see in those Westminster agility competitions.
She is out of a cannon.
So the husband's name's John. John and the mother's name is Molly. John is Molly's eldest child. He has two sisters. This will be our first child and Molly's first grandchild. Okay. I didn't have an elaborate baby shower, and for reasons I won't get into, it was mostly with my side of the family and a few friends. Right. Molly did attend briefly and gave me a nice seat thingy. Forgive me, I'm not even new at this yet. Okay. Very recently, Molly threw me a celebration. She told me it was not a baby shower. It was more like a tea party with her side of the family. I said,
celebration, bitches.
That sounds kind of like a baby shower. I said, okay, whatever. I thought it was an attempt to make up for the baby shower shenanigans. So by this time, John and I had chosen to name our daughter, and this is a pseudonym, Daisy May. We love how the names click together. Daisy was on both our lists, and May, well, this is kind of stupid. When I was little, I loved the name May. I named my dolls May. I would write stories about May. I chose that as my pretend name, etc. It's silly, but I like connecting that girlhood part of me to my daughter. That's not really silly. No. That makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. John loved the idea too. We were going to keep the name secret, but John leaked the first name to his mom. The man keeps lawyer client secrets like a vault, but can't help but exclaim, "Oh, it'll be so cool for Daisy," in front of his mother. We asked them to keep it close. Well, at this tea party, Molly gave me a large wrapped gift box along with a speech about how it's a tradition in John's family that if the eldest son has daughters, the grandmother of those daughters gifts them their middle names. Excuse me? What? I'm surrounded by like 50 women and they're all nodding Stepfordly. I don't have the spoons for this, so I just opened the box. There are a bunch of blankets and stuff with Daisy Flora embroidered on it. So I guess everyone knows the first name now. I go through the motions to get the parties to end. Molly says that I seem upset. I tell her that John didn't tell me of the tradition and that I want to discuss it with him before saying anything further. Molly was unenthused by my response. I come home with some thoughts. John was flabbergasted. He'd never heard of this tradition, but supposes it's possible. I told him that while I respect Molly as family, we made a choice as parents, and I love that choice. I was insistent. We told Molly no, and she is beyond upset. Here's the thing. I don't hate the choice. I know I could actually grow to love the choice. I feel part of me is refusing to adopt the name because of past resentment towards her. It's just a middle name after all. I'm so used to establishing boundaries that maybe I don't know when I'm the asshole fencing myself in. ETA, I have since seen some family heirloom things like this fancy Bible that John's great-grandmother gave to Molly's brother's daughter, her granddaughter, and inscribed with something like, I gift you the middle name Elizabeth, and some other fancy stuff. So I think it's a legit tradition. A weird one, but legit. Am I the asshole?
All right. So I'm kind of with McKenna. So if he didn't mention it,
that
it was not important to him.
Yo,
who cares if it's some weird family?
That
tradition?
part,
they can name their kid
all
whatever.
day.
I'm with that.
I'm
part.
with that.
I'm with that. First of all, gift. If you don't go to the goddamn store and get me a goddamn baby bag or something, gift a name, gift,
bro.
The fuck? What? First of all, y'all know how important names are to parents, because
especially first children.
Especially first children, they're gonna be calling this little motherfucker that. You know what I'm saying? The rest of their life and shit. That shit's important. You don't get to tell me, especially some last minute horse shit, about how it's a tradition that we do to find this middle name, blah blah blah. That's not what while y'all had that tradition going on when I was coming up, there was names and shit that was floating around in my head that I would want it from my first child or whatever too. I'm supposed to now not check that box off that I've always been thinking about just because y'all got some weird ass motherfucking nigga, no.
McKenna says, not the asshole. Their kid, and if I had beef with a mother-in-law, I wouldn't want my kid walking around with
any. That's a fact,
especially since she seems kind of toxic and not respectful of boundaries. I mean,
yeah.
Can't hold you.
Be hurdling over those boundaries,
bro. I can't hold you.
Yeah, like,
I gotta agree.
Yeah,
like
I need y'all to step all the way back with that shit.
This my kid.
Could you say that again?
That part. This my kid.
My kid. Fuck out
you
of here.
had a chance to have whatever you wanted to have, and you did what you wanted to do with that. Good job.
What's that shit Apocalypse said in the X-Men? You had your chance.
It's like,
fuck out of my face.
And also, like McKenna said, this nigga ain't bring that up.
Right.
Now, maybe, like I said, it's possible he just didn't know. But if it was that important, they should have fucking told him.
They would have said something to him. Why wait till the last minute when all this shit going on?
You know he's having a daughter.
Yeah, somebody would have said something before then. And again, she ain't the asshole. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put the asshole on mother-in-law and that whole fucking family. For not
that little ambush
they pulled there was not cool. And then trying to guilt her into doing it while all of them are sitting there nodding their heads like, one of us. Fuck that.
She was supposed to not tell anybody what the first name was.
Yeah.
But she pulling out gifts with the whole name.
Oh, my God. But listen, I'm canceling the whole party.
Thanks. Chrissy says, no, not the asshole. She created this grandiose presentation with something that the couple didn't even discuss yet. I feel like that's manipulation. Reminds me of the story my mother-in-law did. Hey,
now.
All right. Moving on. We don't gotta look at the comments for that one because we are all in agreement.
One of us.
All right. Hold up. Am I the asshole for lending my kids money for a down payment? Now, there's something really egregious that I saw when I clicked this link, and it's this first sentence. I am not rich. I still have to work very hard for my money. That being said, I do earn over $200,000 in an average year. All right, let me. So, all right, listen to me clearly. I feel like before I even read, because I have not read any more.
Right.
But before we get any more context, I feel like if you're talking about your child, and we're talking about the down payment on a starter car. Not when I say starter car, I don't mean to imply inequality. I mean their first car. If you want to,
nigga, you can go down to Virginia and get. You know what,
bruh. Yo, how much can the down payment fucking be,
bro?
And you have the money to loan to them.
Yo,
just give them the fucking down payment. You don't have to buy the
car.
The
thing. Give them the down payment.
Give them the down payment. What the fuck? All right, so let's get.
That's
context.
Egregious.
Let's get context. My kids are out of university, working, but are having trouble purchasing houses. Even with government programs and such, the housing market is crazy. I have substantial savings, and I tend to blow my money on random toys that I want. Like I said, I work hard, and on my time off, if I feel like restoring old cars, nigga, it's cars. If I feel like restoring old cars for fun, I will. My kids approached me about help getting a house. If they can go into a purchase with 25% down, they can save on fees and get a better rate. Okay, so they're buying a house, not a car.
Okay.
They can save on fees and get a better rate. I thought about it and agreed to lend them the money in return for equity in the purchase. For example, if my daughter buys an $800,000 house and I lend her $200,000, then I own 1/4 of the house. If she sells it for $1 million, then I would get $250,000 back since I would own 1/4 of the equity. She said I was being ridiculous and that I was an asshole for not just giving her the money or at least having it be an interest-free loan. My son took up on my offer and bought himself a moderate home. Between a first-time home buyers program, my investment, and his partner's savings, we managed to buy a house for them with almost 50% down payment. My daughter is still calling me an asshole for taking advantage of her brother and is just going to buy a condo she can afford on her own. Am I the asshole? Absolutely. 1,000%. You are the asshole.
First of all, yes, you are indeed the asshole. And it all began with that first sentence.
Bruh. Listen, it began with that first sentence, but it solidified when they said, I have substantial savings. You have substantial savings? Nigga, what?
Yo,
you have enough money saved up that in your scenario, you could give each of them $200,000.
Yeah. Listen, you won't. This is the thing that's fucked up. It's one thing if you have been kind of in poverty or just barely getting by your entire life.
Right.
You raised them the best you could on the money that you had, and there ain't much extra. And now you're getting older, they're out there. They're probably bringing in more money than you because it's two. Right. It's two. You know what I'm saying? She didn't say anything about not her husband or whatever was involved in it. So it's two of them with two incomes, possibly doing better than you. So it's one thing for you to be like, yo, I can't afford. I would love to, but I can't. I don't have it. And it'd be a really shitty thing for a child to shame the parent for not, like, they don't have it, B. They don't have it. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't that.
This ain't that.
And I hate when I hear motherfuckers who are clearly making some good money try to position a narrative that they ain't really making. Bro, celebrate all wins.
Rich is relative.
It is. It is.
Because fucking Lil Wayne can't go up to fucking Bezos,
right,
and talk about how rich he is.
Rich he is. That Bezos gonna laugh at him.
Right. You make over $200K a year, and you have a substantial savings such that you could give each of them $200,000 for a loan.
Yeah. I think the other question is too.
McKenna said, I hope he has a long-term care insurance and doesn't expect that daughter to donate her time and money to take care of him.
Listen, these are facts. And it's crazy because we clearly can hear in the way you're describing your finances that you're a pretty smart cookie.
You know what you're doing.
Right. So we know you got bread. Like, listen, stop playing with us. Stop playing with us. We know you got bread. We know it.
Yo, I want to see if anybody says not the asshole.
I'm sure there's somebody in that crowd because it's always somebody that will find a way to defend the indefensible. That's just the world we live. This is the world we live. You know what I'm saying? So
let me see. So far. Oh, hold on. Theoretically, if the son doesn't sell before he dies, the house is all the son's. If the son uses the house as collateral on the next house and rents it out to help pay for the next house, it's still all the son's, not the asshole.
Huh?
Because the argument is the interest isn't. The argument is, and OP didn't make this clear, but it makes sense that this could be what it is. The argument is that he's giving the child the money. The child isn't paying him back. The child is just giving him a return right. And this person is saying, theoretically, if the son doesn't sell before the father dies, then the house is all of the son's. And if the son uses the house as collateral on the next house and rents it out to help pay for the next house, it's still all the son's. So because of that, he's saying the OP is not the asshole.
Oh.
Nah.
I disagree with that. And Chrissy's right too when she says definitely the asshole, and I wouldn't want to take anything from a parent like that.
Bruh. Yeah. Somebody says I fail to see the generosity in this. It is fair, but the OP is investing in real estate. They get something of equal value to the money they gave. I suppose the OP is, quote, gifting them the use of their share of the house, aka value equal to the share of the rent they could make. But if they aren't contributing to taxes and maintenance, that's very likely a small amount. If anything, also there is some risk for the children if the OP dies and suddenly part of the house belongs to the estate or to someone else, or if they go bankrupt and the creditors go after the share of the house.
Facts.
But then this is the same comment, not just the same person and a different comment. No, same comment, not the asshole in any case. The OP doesn't owe their children money for a house, and they are helping the children out in a limited way, but they aren't being particularly generous. The daughter is entitled and out of line.
Yo.
Here's the thing. Wow. If you want to use the word entitled, I'll agree. But again, on the show, I used words neutrally.
Yeah.
Entitled, yes, because my parent is rich. My parent is rich. I'm coming out of college, just coming out of college, which means I don't have that job yet.
Right.
I don't have that job yet. I might be able to get it because that's not how things work in the United States, particularly these days. There are a bunch of people with paper after paper after paper, and again to flash back to a couple weeks ago, that I make more than.
Right.
So it's not a guarantee of of good money coming in.
Who raised y'all?
Well,
I'm asking this because
the person that is trying to make them.
Oh yeah,
that's who raised them.
Yeah, but I was basically talking about the people that write in the comments because the reason I'm saying that is somewhere along the line, people adopted certain traditions, and it's like some of them are really toxic between the parent and the child. If I have it, they have it
to that degree, right? Like I like to consider most things a parabola.
Yeah,
because there's a point in which I have it, but I might not have it to a degree enough where I feel comfortable.
Right.
Okay. Fine,
that's understandable. Sure. Right. That's understandable.
If you have it to a certain degree, because on this parabola, the low points are I don't have it and I have it to a very low degree.
Right.
The high point is I got it to that degree. I got this.
This ain't gonna hurt me for real.
I can just give each
one not even 200,
other one 200. I'll be good.
Right.
I feel like no.
Yeah,
I feel like no.
What happened?
Or give them each less.
Or give them each less.
And just give it to them.
Right.
I'm not saying, and let me be clear about this. In no way am I saying you absolutely need to give each child $200,000. No, that's not what I'm saying. But if you have money to give each of them $200,000,
and it doesn't hurt you, it doesn't put you in a messed up spot, right?
Give them something,
right? I mean, I don't like. Again, it's just I don't get this. I don't know how new it is, but some of the adversarial shit that y'all be having with y'all kids, I don't get it. I got a kid that's almost 30, and another kid coming up under him. She gonna be 30 in some years too, right? Not that it ain't gonna take that long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't have that adversarial attitude with my kid. I just don't, and I don't know what happened in your household growing up. And I'm talking to the parents when they were kids, but their parents. I don't know what happened to create that, but I want my kids to do better than me. I just do. Yeah. And if I already have it and it's not hurting me, because you're not supposed to hurt yourself. Right. You still gotta live, you still gotta eat and shit.
Absolutely.
But it's not hurt. Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, I've been out of my mother's house for 16 years. If I called my mother today and asked her for money, 9 times out of 10,
right,
after she asked me what it was for,
of course,
I would have it.
Right.
Now, to be fair, let's play devil's advocate a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
In my scenario, I don't often ask my mother for things.
Of course.
So, could this be a scenario where
they always ask you all the time? It's possible.
It could be, but OP didn't put it there, and I feel like that would have been a very important thing to put into the goddamn description.
Yeah, you know how trifling these kids are.
Right.
They don't come and ask me for this shit. Right.
I feel like that's an important piece of information.
It is.
That you wouldn't leave out if it was true.
I agree.
So, but I just feel like
there's another question here too. Just an overall question on the concept. When did it become a thing that people would put these situations online to get random strangers to have to figure out whether or not they're the asshole?
I wondered when I first stumbled across this subreddit. I wondered that too, but it was so entertaining. That
of course, it's very entertaining.
Yeah,
right.
It's very insane. But that's a very good question. Mm-hmm. Like some of these that we've done are like really personal shit. Like sure, you're not giving your real name, but still.
And the thing is, you obviously care what other people think about you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, unless you are someone that is so attention starved that you just want any sort of attention online from people, so you can put this out here so people can comment on it. But like you said, you ain't telling them your real name, you ain't giving them your ID, anything. But it's just it's always been a curiosity for me with people who would put this out there to be judged by people who don't know them and couldn't possibly know the whole situation.
To be judged, right?
Right.
Like not getting advice necessarily.
Yeah.
No, specifically to be judged. Was I right or wrong? I already did the thing.
Yeah.
Not help me make this decision. No, I already did the thing.
So I just want you to tell me whether or not do you think I'm an asshole for doing something? Like, are you that? You're obviously bothered. That's the other thing.
Clearly,
you're clearly bothered to get a bunch of. Because here's the thing, my experience online has taught me that people online, and y'all need to listen very carefully. Is hold on to your corncob pipe. People online do not be acting in good faith. A lot, like a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, like, putting that in the hands of these jackals. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the argument. All right, I'll give you the argument. The argument is there is less opportunity for bias.
Okay.
Simply because they don't know me.
That's fair.
People are always going to have their individual biases to a thing that might be in the story.
Yes.
But they don't know me.
Right.
And they don't know the people I'm talking about.
Right. So, that's fair. I can see that.
But outside of that, I ain't got nothing for you.
Yeah.
I had to reach for that one. Like I ain't got nothing.
You know what it is? I think with me, I just have such a jaundiced view of people, like in general, which is why when I meet people who I feel like are good people, I get close with them. Yeah. Because it's like a zombie apocalypse. When you find people that aren't zombies, we gotta keep each other. We gotta keep each other safe because everybody. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I have such the idea of me just putting my shit out there. Idea not for you zombies to be. No, I got friends for that. I literally have. There are times I will hit SPJ up and go, "Yo, am I bugging?"
Yo, I do have another one though. I do have another one. If someone,
what up, Joe?
What up, Joe? If somebody is having a conversation about something they've done, and somebody important to them is saying to them, "Nah, yo, you were wrong for that," and they're dug in, I can see potentially. Okay, all right. This is a large group of people.
Right.
We can see what they think, but again, they still the only two things. Like I see way more reasons to not do it.
Yeah.
Than I see to do it. But all right, so McKenna says, I mean, it's not like his kids are not successful. The world is just expensive as hell right now, especially housing. They just need a leg up to make their life easier and potentially keep them from living paycheck to paycheck. He has the means. At least how he makes the kids out to be, one in a long-term relationship with both having steady jobs, and a daughter that also seems successful enough considering she can buy a condo. Just needed more help with a more suitable place. He really doesn't speak much about them personally. That's facts. That's facts. All right, last one. Am I the asshole for calling my roommate's family a bunch of misogynists and asking her to move out? I am an assistant locomotive pilot, a train driver in layman's terms. If you haven't already guessed, it's an extremely male-dominated position, with women not being recruited for the job until around 20 years ago. It wasn't my dream job. It was my father's job that I was offered by the railways after his accident in the line of duty, and I had to take over for my family as the breadwinner.
Interesting.
On to the point. I live in a city away from home, so I rent a flat with a younger woman who is studying. She studies for late hours, so she doesn't have a problem with my crazy schedules, as I have a ton of night duties that don't follow any shift system. I do pay more rent because she's a student, and I sort of inconvenience her with my schedule. However, recently, after her family visited her and went back, she started being cold towards me. When I confronted her about it, she said her mother didn't like the way I behave and that I'm practically a man. The way I behave is wear a shirt and trousers. That's the uniform, in case that wasn't clear, to work and work on small electric projects during leisure time. That's something my father and I used to do when I was younger, and it's a memory I hold of him. According to my roommate's mom, having such a job, dressing up like a man, working on man stuff, her words, practically makes me a man, and that my roommate should be very, very, you spelled it wrong, very wary of me, and The next thing I might start doing is drinking until late and having rowdy alcohol parties with my work buddies at the flat we share. Even if it isn't my dream job, I take it seriously because I have 2 younger siblings, my mom and my grandparents to support. It's not obvious, but the job gives a lot of physical and mental stress. I said if that's the problem for her, maybe the roommate should be moving out to make her misogynistic family happy. The only reason we got the flat to rent is because I'm a government employee and I pay more share of the rent in compensation for the inconveniences. My roommate then called me an asshole and other profanities because she can't find a place so soon as she's a student, and it's unfair of me to ask her to move out because of her old-fashioned family. Edit for info, since she saw a couple questions. She works for the Indian Railways. The Indian Railways is a central government organization. It has a scheme for the employees to offer their spouses a pension or offer their eldest child a job when the employee dies before their retirement or gets unfit to work. In case of the oldest child taking the job, if the child is an adult, they are given training immediately while being paid a stipend. If the child isn't an adult, the spouse is given a pension until the child gets old enough to take on the job.
All right. So what's crazy is, you know how sometimes you got people close to you that will say certain things, and you go, "Jeez, boy, that's a 1950s ass attitude about shit." So for the record, she's right. Her peoples are misogynist as fuck. Like misogynist as fuck.
Yeah.
The idea that a woman can't wear pants, I mean, hey, or she's a man
that's wild.
Wildest shit ever. The fact that a woman can't work on some electric shit that, by the way, her and her dad. This is a thing that her and her dad did. I'm sure it has great personal connection to her to continue to do this shit. It's like my daughter knows about comic book characters and reads comic books and stuff like that because her father got her into that. Right? I used to literally, when we would hang out when she was little girl, and I would get her on the weekends before I had custody. We would go to the mall, do all kinds of crazy stuff. Then we sit there, eat lunch, and I would quiz her on comic book characters and what their powers and motivations and all those shit. So this is something that's important to her. So the day that I close my eyes, she will always see comic books as something that her and her father connected with. And you mean to tell me you penalize your perception of her is penalized because she's doing something that her and her father did together?
Bruh.
What the fuck is wrong with you? As a matter of fact, she need to get out.
Yeah.
She need to go. Because it's one thing if the girl stood up for her roommate and said, "Mommy, that's horseshit." No, that's not even a thing. Or when the girl quite rightfully called them what misogynist bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And if the girl was like, "Yeah, you're right, they are just on some dumb shit," that's one thing. No, she got offended that the woman called a spade a spade. And you younger.
Right.
You're younger than her.
Well, here's the thing about that part. So I agree with a part of what the offending roommate says, but only in a vacuum. In a vacuum, I agree with the idea that it is unfair for you to put me out because of my parents' old school ways.
Yes,
in a vacuum.
Yes. Yeah,
in a vacuum,
right.
Sure. However, you're feeding into them.
Yeah.
Because you're being standoffish.
Yeah.
You're directly reacting to what your mother put into your head. So it's not just your parents' old school ways. It's yours at this point now.
If you don't like what I'm doing, how I live my life, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm doing me. And I'm paying the lion's share of this motherfucking rent.
Bruh.
If you got a problem with me, pack your shit and get the fuck out. Dipset. Get the fuck out. Because all of this is starting to affect my quality of life in my home, where I lay down, where I'm supposed to take time to myself because I have this unusual ass schedule and unusual situation of this job, right? And now I got to come home to you being an ass. You can get the fuck out. I don't have to hear that from you. I don't need to have to hear about how your parents feel about me. Fuck them. They not my parents.
All facts.
You can get the fuck out, especially if you're going to make living here weird.
Right.
Fuck out. Because if I left, one thing for certain, I could afford another place.
Mm-hmm.
If I leave, the consequences for you going to be the same.
Bruh.
You're going to eventually have to get the fuck out because you can't afford to pay this shit.
Facts.
Fuck out of here.
McKenna said if her family has issue with her living with OP, then they should help support her financially to live somewhere appropriate for her. Hey, 1,000%.
If the roommate didn't agree with her parents, she could have just shut her mouth and not
always
mention her
shut the
family's
fuck
views. That is always an option.
Always an option.
Shut the fuck up. That's always an option.
Yeah. This is
stand up.
No,
like,
you're clearly not the asshole.
You're not the asshole at all. About standing up to your parents, step parents, whatever, when they on some bullshit. There was a situation took place some years ago, and the video went viral, where this white kid had black friends.
What up, Cosmic?
What up, Cosmic? This white kid, yeah, black friend.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? And I think it was the stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
The stepdad was calling his friend all kinds of niggas and racial slurs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And the stepson was like, "That's my friend. If you disrespect, I'm beating your ass for disrespecting my friend. We not doing that. We not doing that." So, like, at a certain point, it's like McKenna said, you could have just shut the fuck up and never mentioned it because it's not like they directly said that to her.
No.
But the fact that you fed it, you told her what they said, and then you started acting standoffish. Do you believe that she's about to all of a sudden have wild drunken parties with her surly co-workers?
Right.
Is that what you believe? It doesn't matter what you believe.
Mind you, she had that job before y'all were roommates.
So when are the wild parties about to start?
At what point was that supposed to?
And if you ever, this is what we was talking about earlier about people forging connections with shit they don't. This is what we was talking about earlier. Some of y'all dumb. Dumb. Like, nigga. Look, there are times when I feel, especially getting up in age, there's times when I feel less than what I used to be. I was hell on wheels, mentally, physically, hell on wheels. And there are times I forget shit, or maybe it's taking me a little bit of time to actually figure out what the fuck is going on here, and I feel bad. And then I hear stories like this. Then I hear shit like this, and I start going, you know what, sir? No, it's not that bad, bro. No. You may have lost a couple of steps, but these motherfuckers didn't even have a house. Some of y'all dumb.
Dumb. You didn't even have a house.
Like, some of y'all dumb as shit.
Funny.
Some of y'all dumb as shit. This is why I love you guys. The people that come in on live show, I love you guys because a lot of y'all I talk to kind of on a semi-regular basis, even outside of the show. And y'all don't be giving me y'all don't be giving me that vibe. So I love y'all. I love y'all because when I be seeing outside,
because the alternative,
woo, jeez, man,
this is real.
Y'all dumb as shit. This is real life too.
Yeah,
this is real life,
huh?
Some of y'all dumb.
You ever like wanted to stop talking because the talking that's happening is so bad.
Oh my goodness, yeah. It's like the responses you're getting,
bro,
is like it's making your ears bleed. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yikes.
But yeah, that's it.
That's the show. Once again,
before you do that,
again.
Everybody, I implore you. We've gotten some in.
Yes, we have.
You don't have a number that's commensurate with the people that be in the live stream
every week.
So There are changes happening.
There are changes coming.
They're pending.
They are.
And once these changes happen, we won't be able to retroactively do this.
Right.
So I'd appreciate it. Tune would appreciate it.
Yes.
And more than likely, you would appreciate it.
Yes.
If you send us, guys, your email addresses.
At where?
At the address is right under the tombstone of the dead man's name. It is blackculturegeeks with a Z at gmail.com. We appreciate everybody that has sent them already. You don't I'd say more than 9 times out of 10, if you sent it, you don't have to worry about it. You already sent it. But if you have not sent it, please help us help you. Send the email address. Send an email. Hey, it's me. Whatever. You don't have to have a subject at all if you don't want it to. It's just send the email. Just also, reminder, the playlist thing that I said earlier. Yeah, do that. The music app. Go call it the BCG playlist, whatever you want to call it.
The Geese playlist.
And put in Insurrection Day, the whole EP by Multi World Entertainment, Memories by SPJ, Power by SPJ.
Awesome, Biddy. Awesome.
Make sure that you guys do that. And anytime we release more music, throw it in that playlist. Again, the email thing. Please send the email. I think
that's it. Also, guys, remember, Gray is also doing a live stream later on.
Absolutely.
Today. So make sure you go and you check that out because you guys will. I know you guys will because it's a family thing, it's a community thing. Also, please do not forget to go check out the Heard It Through the Grapevine podcast by our girl Chrissy and her homegirl. Yep. Go check that out. Also, go check out my man Jada Nerd's channel.
Absolutely.
Go check out our Super Side Guys, Metas and Mutants. And also, don't forget, if you haven't already, to go and subscribe to the Multi World Entertainment YouTube channel as well. SBJ has music out called Power.
Yeah.
Go check that out. We're going to be releasing a small EP. That was supposed to be released a while ago. We're going to release that soon. So we'll give you guys more details on that when that happens. Also, do not forget, if you have not already, this is where we are at currently. On the Kickstarter campaign. As you can see, the time we've been here, we've gained probably like 4 new contributions, and we really appreciate you guys. You see that number going up. It means a lot to the company. It means a lot to further aspirations in this community for other people to be able to follow their passions and not be afraid and not let people speak fear into their plans and just take a chance. You know what I'm saying? Take a chance. Also, I believe that we mentioned this last week, but we got me and SBJ started a new business for vacation apparel. Yeah, Joe, it's crazy, right? For vacation apparel, and it's called Escape Wear, and it's going to be fire. It's going to be fire, and once we have all of that stuff set up, we will give you guys information on that as well. It's for the people who, like me and SBJ, although I do it a lot less than he do, like to travel, like to go on vacation.
Yeah.
Like to have that vibe.
Or just want to get away from work, want to get away from the mundane. The
mundane. 100%. So don't forget to keep that in mind as well. I'm thinking that's everybody right there. I think so. Everybody. Also, shout out to my man Adequate. And of course, shout out to you guys for once again coming through and laughing and joking with us and giving us your opinions. All that shit fucking matters. And thank you for all the support you've given us as Black Culture Geeks, as well as us as Majestic Comics. That shit means everything. So for my man SPJ, I am Tombstone the Dead Man. And for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.